Mm-hmm.
That's him.
Our next senior, number 64,
Yep.
Yeah.
Willison.
That's it.
George
Yeah.
is being escorted to the field by Terrence Renee and George Willison. His future plans are to go on to a 4-year college.
I think he's
and
just the
study
head coach. I
science.
think he has a
His
coordinator.
fondest
Not
memory
sure.
was being
I
a
think
part
so.
of the football team during the homecoming pep rally.
Yeah, he would because he's not calling the plays here. So that guy.
Our next senior is
Yes.
number 66, Anthony Vaccaro. Anthony is being brought to the field by Mom Maria, Sister Catherine, and Grandfather Bob. Brady.
I think left
Turn
side's
light off
generally
a
home.
second. Let's see if I can.
Our next senior is number 68.
Right is guest. Left is home.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Sophomore's going to be flushed, rolls, and somehow
Great
Ransom
catch.
makes the one-handed catch. Oh, no, that's Browning, excuse me. Browning with the catch at the 15-yard line.
They go decoy this time. They're going deep. John Henry Collins. And he caught Kanye Reed inside the 10-yard line.
Dunbar with plenty of time. Wilson on the keeper. Trying to get to the right side, and out tries a jump pass, and that is caught for a Dunbar touchdown. Derek Hardy.
Helfrich to be the hero. Clean snap. Wake Forest wins it. Helfrich knocks it home at the gun. And Wake Forest remains unbeaten. They move to 3-0, a 13-10 win over rival Heritage. Here from the 35. Overton, pressure from Helton, sidesteps it. Now just going to heave it up, look into the far corner, tipped up in the air, caught by J.J. Bush. Touchdown, Bobcats, and Theodore wins it at the buzzer.
Welcome to the William Mattar Thursday Night Lights, live on MyTV Buffalo, presented by the Vinyl Outlet.
Can't beat this. A gorgeous night for high school football as we wrap up the regular season. A pair of teams heading to the postseason, playing for seeding tonight, and perhaps a division crown as 5-2 Health Sciences visits 4-3 Grand Island at the David Myers Athletic Complex at Gene Masters Field here on the law office of William Mattar's Thursday Night Lights presented by the Vinyl Outlet. As we welcome you into the broadcast booth, everybody, alongside our interim coach for the week, Frank Payne, I'm Brian Tripp. And Frank, you can't beat this. The chill in the air and something at stake as these two teams, two of the better teams in Class B, face off tonight.
Yeah, it's late in the season. last regular season game. There's a lot to play for tonight. They got to play for chance for division title, and they also got a chance better seeding in the playoffs. So it's going to be a great matchup here tonight. Two great football teams.
You talk about a lot to play for. Let's take a look at that Section 6 Class B1 standings. Health Sciences unbeaten in the league at 4-0, but at the end of the night, you can have 3 teams tied for first and co-champions of Class B1, and then you have to go into the tiebreakers for what seeding these teams will claim for the postseason and for the playoffs. So a ton to dive into throughout the broadcast today, but you can see 2 of the top teams in Class B1. So what will decide tonight's matchup as we dive into our key players for Health Sciences? This is a team that is loaded on defense, and number 51, the senior Jeremiah Shuford, one of the leading tacklers in the entire area.
Yeah, he's 4th in the section in tackles. He moved from defensive line to linebacker, which is not an easy task to do. Coach said in the offseason he dedicated himself to be a good linebacker, worked on his coverage skills, and he's been obviously 100 tackles, and he's a big part of that defense.
Well, he'll have to contain Michael Soul, the senior running back for Grand Island tonight. We know the MO of the Vikings. They want to run the football.
Yeah, they want to run the football with Soul and Nucci, the power running backs. One's got a little bit more speed, one's power down near the goal line. They want to pound it in the end zone and keep the Falcons off the field. So the power running game is a big part of their scheme.
Frank, I know that's going to be part of tonight's The Vinyl Outlet Keys to the Game. The Vinyl Outlet, Western New York's best porch, deck, and fence installations.
Yeah, for the Falcons, they got to minimize mistakes. They can't turn the ball over. They got to no penalties. They can't put themselves behind the sticks. And they also got to control the line of scrimmage, offensively and defensively. One of the things about the Health Sciences Falcons is they like to come after it. So they want to control the line of scrimmage and minimize the running game for Grand Island. And for Grand Island, on the other side, they want to have an effective running attack. They want to pound the ball and limit the big plays. And by doing that is by running the ball and keeping Health Sciences off the field to eliminate the big plays on punt returns, kick returns, and big plays for the Falcons.
It's been a great regular season so far. This is a great matchup between Health Sciences and Grand Island. Actually, the first meeting between these two programs all time. And when we come back, we will have kickoff of tonight's game. Health Sciences visiting Grand Island to wrap up the regular season here on the Law Office of William Mattar's Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Vinyl Outlet. Grand Island set to host Health Sciences here tonight at Gene Masters Field. Chilly night for high school football. Temperatures around kickoff dipping down to around 45, 46 degrees here. Crystal clear night though here off of Lake Erie, just north of Buffalo, up the Niagara River. Great to be with you here tonight. Alongside my partner Frank Payne, Brian Tripp, as we await tonight's coin toss. Two teams that are near the top of the standings in Class B1, and also two teams coming off convincing wins last week. Health Sciences actually outscoring its last two opponents 70-11. They defeated Kenmore East on Saturday 48-3, and then the victory over Williamsville East for Grand Island 27-0 on Friday. So Frank, right there, that's pretty interesting. You have Health Sciences not on 1 day short rest for a Thursday night game, 2 days.
Yeah, that's a short rest, and Ty Parker says his team has been getting better each week, and they're staying healthy. And the short week gets them ready to go against Grand Island for a big game.
Our referee tonight, Ken Eddings, as we get set for tonight's coin toss between Grand Island and Health Sciences. Let's check in down on the field with Ken Eddings.
Good luck. Have a good game. Good luck. Everybody play safe. Good luck today, all right? We talked to them on that sideline. He said, captains, help us keep good sportsmanship out here, all right? Last game of the season, you guys are both playing in the playoffs. We want all the players to play. So we'll keep all the unsportsmanlike stuff out. If you guys can help us remind your teammates of that. We don't want to see any unsportsmanlike acts or hear any comments. If there are, there'll be a penalty. So we don't expect it, but just so everybody's aware, okay? You guys are a visiting team. You get to call. That side is tails. The blue side says heads. I'm going to let hit the ground. What are you going to call? Tails, he called.
Represented by the class of
And it's tails. You guys have won the toss.
We should defer.
You want to defer? All right. Health Sciences won the toss. They've elected to defer. You guys want the football? All right. Which goal would you like to defend? Turn your backs here with me. All right, guys. We're going to kick off this way. They have the second half option. All right. Good luck to both teams. Shake hands one more time. Bring your teams out.
Tails never fails. Grand Island will receive to start tonight's football game, so we'll see their offense here at home in that running game and that defense for Health Sciences. And head coach Ty Parker now in his fourth season, leading the Falcons to the section championship last year, only had one regular season defeat, and once again competing for an outright championship in Class B1 tonight. Parker's done an unbelievable job with this program, and Frank, it really is admirable what he's done with all the dynamics at play. Ty Parker's one of the great coaches in the area.
Yeah, they won a section championship last year, and I'm not surprised they deferred because they said, coach said before the game he wants to play smash mouth defense. So I think he wants to get.
It is an attacking defense, no doubt about that. Dean Santorio and his Grand Island Vikings in his 24th year now. So much experience in this area. Class A finals 4 times, a couple of times sectional champions. Been to the playoffs 18 of 24 seasons. In the playoffs this year, and seeding at stake tonight between Health Sciences and Grand Island. Time now for our Costanzo's kickoff, brought to you by Costanzo's Bakery. Temperature 48 degrees, a clear night for high school football here as we wrap up the regular season in Class B1 between two of the better teams in our area, Health Sciences and Grand Island. Sit back and enjoy this one here tonight. Keyshawn Joyner will kick it away, and for Grand Island, Jonathan Neville, number 1 there on your screen among 3 players back to receive the opening kickoff. And this is the explosive Neville on the opening kickoff return. And he takes it out to the 37-yard line. It's a Grand Island offense that wants to run the football. When they've had to pass this year, Nick Court's been very effective in the passing game, completing 58% of his passes, 603 yards, and 4 touchdowns. As this offense, though, so much of what they do is predicated on the rushing attack. And there you see Court, who's at the reins of the offense.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup because, like I said, Ty Parker wants to have a smash mouth defense, and Dean Santorio wants to do smash mouth offense. And we're going to see how this plays out. Both have great lines, and let's have a great matchup.
Something you don't see a ton these days, Frank. Still that I formation, and Michael Soul, who we hit on in the open, having that monster season in the backfield, trying to run behind that line in the lead block from Dominic Nucci, but he's snuffed out on the opening carry of the game. Taiwan Moy, the junior defensive tackle, makes the stop for Health Sciences as we take a closer look at that Vikings offense. We've talked about the backs already, Soul and Nucci. Don't forget about Neville and Kozlowski, the wide receivers. Court obviously is the quarterback, and then up front they really rely heavily on their seniors, Vaccaro, Martin, and Perez on that offensive line. No gain on the opening play, so a 2nd down and 10 now for Grand Island.
Health Sciences looks like they're in the 4-3. They play a lot of man defense, and they're going to bring those linebackers. Let's see how if they could practice a little play action pass.
And the throw from Court falls
Great
incomplete.
Great effort. They hit the ground, but great effort, good pass, good read. It was there. He's got to make that play. Now puts him in the 3rd and long, which is in the favor of Health Sciences game plan.
And there is Kayvon Pitts, one of the starters on that defense for Health Sciences. Our starting lineups tonight are brought to you by the law office of William Matar. Hurt in a car, call William Matar. And this is a defense that's good at all 3 levels. Watch Marshall up front, really talented. And, of course, we spotlighted some of their linebacker play and Jeremiah Shuford in the open of tonight's broadcast.
They love to come after the ball. If you can see here, they get off the ball fast. They come after it. They pretty much bring 6 or 7 man pressures every time. So this is going to be interesting if they can protect. Oh, good call right there. Great call on the draw play.
It is Michael Soul up the middle, barrels over a man, and you'll hear all night long about finishing runs well and finishing them physically. It's a 16-yard pickup on a 3rd and long and a 1st down brought to you by Interstate Batteries.
What a great call by veteran coach Dean Santorio. They love to run.
And a 1st down carry for Mike Soul.
They love to run the ball, and the play action was perfect. Then they come back with the draw. Good job, Dean Santorio.
Yeah, and that is a very physical finish for Soul right there. He's averaging more than 6 yards per carry this year, and a big pickup into Falcons territory. And now Dominic Nucci for the first time, and he continues to drive his legs. The ball ends up on the ground. He's going to be marked stopped at the 44-yard line, and now the offense stays on schedule here as Nucci picks up 4 to add to that impressive total.
Yeah, that fullback, I mean, this is old school football. You got a tight end, fullback, eye offense. This is the offense I would love. You got 11 touchdowns, and every time they need a big play, 3rd and short, 2nd down, or 1st down to gain 1st down, to give the ball to Nucci.
The junior critical in those short yardage situations all year long. Both Soul and Nucci excellent at running north and south. The coaching staff for Grand Island told us before the game. On a 2nd and 7, back to Soul. Bounces off one, and Soul picking his way. He's going to be dragged down a yard shy of the 1st down. Brandon Michael makes the tackle, the senior coming up from the secondary, and another good hard run from Soul.
Yeah, they put the double receivers out there in a stack, pulled the linebacker out, ran to the short, to the slight, away from the tight end, which was a great play to do, because pulling that linebacker out, widening the receivers was a great job by Dean Santorio, setting up a nice gap for his running back.
And this is a spot where this offense, Frank, is really comfortable in a 3rd down and short. Delay on the field right now. Ken Eddings, our referee, talking to that Health Sciences sideline, and it is going to be what we're going to call a 3rd and 2 here as they get things sorted out. But this is where Grand Island wants to be. They're very comfortable in this spot.
Yeah, they're eliminating big plays from the Health Sciences because they're controlling the clock. And they could take another 3 or 4 minutes. That's what they want to do here.
Again, that I formation with 2 receivers in the game, and Court goes to Nucci in short yardage. He breaks free. There goes Dominic Nucci. Barrels his way down to the 10-yard line. Nucci breaks off a 29-yard run on a 3rd and 2.
So Coach Santorio has seen that they're trying to bring pressure off the outside. He brings the fullback up the middle. As you can see, a little twist stump up there. Great job in the up front blocking, and there goes Nucci down the sideline. He's pretty quick for a big man.
Certainly finishes that run hard as well. Yeah, no doubt about that. I wasn't expecting 6 foot, 230 pounds to get that much separation and into the secondary.
Little Derrick Henry-esque.
I agree with that. Now they're down to the 10-yard line. It's a 1st and goal inside the Just Pizza delivery zone after another Interstate Batteries 1st down, and right back to Nucci. And Nucci balls his way across the goal line. He's in. Touchdown. It's his 12th touchdown of the season. There is a flag on the field back near the line of scrimmage.
What another great run. They found a gap there. They're hitting it hard, and unfortunately, looks like a holding penalty is going to bring it back. But, boy, they're hitting that power run game.
And you have to be ready to play. You talk about smash mouth football. You have to be ready to play against Grand Island, and you know what Grand Island's going to do.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's still 1st down.
Right, that's the tough thing about this matchup, Frank. If you're Health Sciences, there are no secrets. Grand Island is going to run the power I, and they're going to run the football down your throat if possible. The question is, can you match their physicality?
Yep, look at the hole they made there. 66, Vaccaro opening up the big hole.
The penalty takes the ball back to the 17-yard line.
Got his hand out of the side of his shoulder pads, and they're going to call it every time. But the key play of this drive so far is that that draw play they had on a 3rd and 8. That was a great call. And now let's see if they can recover from that penalty they just got after scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, 1st and goal now from the 17-yard line for this Grand Island offense. The holding call wipes out a would-be touchdown for Dominic Nucci. Michael Soul spins his way for 2. Brought down at the line of scrimmage, or just after the line of scrimmage, by Kevin Guy, the junior linebacker who wears number 0. You get a look at Jeremiah Schufert up front there, number 51, the linebacker we talked about in the open of tonight's broadcast. And he's one of those anchors for what is a defense that is holding opponents to less than 13 points per game this season.
Yeah, they just bring it from all angles. The key play here is now they're 2nd and goal. If they could run it for 3 plays, that's what they want to do. But this is a big down right here, so they keep the running game. If not, they're going to have to throw it up in the air in a 3rd and down.
Yeah, the penalty puts this offense off schedule. Play action passing game for Court. He'll heave it towards the sideline, and the ball is caught down inside the 5-yard line by John Neville, who battles his way back to make that grab. And now 3rd and manageable from around the 5.
What a route by Neville. As you can see, he drives the defensive back down the field. He comes back to the ball. That's an experienced play by a great wide receiver. As you know, he came back. If he didn't come back to the ball, that's either going to be intercepted or knocked out of bounds. What a great play by Neville.
And Dean Santorio, talking to him before the game, said the strength of Neville's game, not only those great hands, you can see his outstanding numbers, but his route running has led to that production throughout the course of this 2024 season. In Grand Island now, with a 3rd and goal back at the 5-yard line, trying to overcome the penalty. And it is Soul pinballing off 1 and then swarmed and brought down by Michael after a 2-yard pickup. And we'll see if they elect to go for it here on 4th and goal from the 4. An early decision for Santorio.
Yeah, because they do have a field goal kicker, and he's pretty good. He's 14 for 14. He hasn't missed a PAT. So this is going to be an interesting call here.
Offense stays on the field right now, Frank. What would you do in this situation?
In this situation from the 4, I think I would run a play-action pass and leak it out to the flats, because I think they're going to bring pressure off the edge, and I think the flats might be wide open.
We'll see. Kozlowski and Neville, the wide receivers on the play. Obviously, those 2 backs in the backfield. Kozlowski in motion. 4th and goal, and the toss to Michael Soul. He dives. He's in. Touchdown on 4th and goal in Grand Island. Strikes first. What an impressive opening drive.
What a great block by the tight end. Freed up the toss sweep and plowed his way into the end zone. What a great drive. They had a couple things they had to overcome, too. You know, they had that 3rd and long over here and then the penalty, and they overcame all situations. Big job on the first job, on the opening drive.
So a 4-yard touchdown, 9th rushing touchdown of the year for the senior Soul, one of 18 seniors recognized by the Vikings program before the game. Evan Pickering is on for the point after. Perfect this season, 14 for 14. Somewhere, a Vikings fan is saying, did you really have to mention that right there? And Pickering's kick is good. It's a 7-0 Grand Island lead. So Grand Island scores on its opening possession, and the Vikings are in front here at home. 7-0 the score for Santorio and his crew. You're watching the law office of William Mattar's Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Vinyl Outlets. Tonight's closed captioning is exclusively brought to you by Babsha's Pierogi. What an impressive opening drive for Grand Island. The Vikings take the opening kickoff, go down the field. Ends up being a 63-yard touchdown drive that is capped on a 4th and goal from the 4 and ran in by Michael. So I'm impressed with the aggressiveness there early, and they set the tone physically at the line of scrimmage on that opening possession.
They sure did. It was a match of the power running game, but there was a big throw by Court on 2nd and goal in the 17 to put him down and able to pound it in the end zone.
Just enough balance for the Vikings offense. Another Costanzo's kickoff as Pickering set to kick it away, and we'll see the explosive Falcons offense for the first time tonight, and they're going to have excellent field position, perhaps even more than that here, as Dominic Sliz returns the ball inside Vikings territory. So just like that, Falcons set up inside plus territory here for their first possession.
It looks like they didn't want to kick it deep, give them more space to run. But I think they got athletes all over the place, and they gave a short kick, kid picked it up and make a nice return. Give Health Sciences a great start.
Jordan Oliver, the quarterback for Health Sciences, the junior, 58% completion percentage this year, 913 yards, 11 touchdowns. What you don't see there, just 3 interceptions. He's been a really good leader and has made decisions, the right decision, all year long as the quarterback for Health Sciences. Well, their ground game explosive as well. John Neville's going to line up all over the field tonight, but he is tripped up in the backfield on the opening play. Great play by Andrew Kozlowski coming off the end as we take a look at the rest of the Health Sciences offense, an offense that's going to face a second and long here. And this starting lineup brought to you by the law office of William Matar. Pitts, you know, this is a very deep team.
Brandon Michael, I had a fortune enough to coach him, and he's a great kid, explosive player, offensively and defensively. Look for some plays from him.
Yeah, Pitts had that first carry. Beg your pardon, said the wrong name, wrong team. Kayvon Pitts had the first carry. He's coming off 3 consecutive 100-yard games. You can see why with that burst. But at the line of scrimmage, Anthony Vaccaro makes the tackle for Grand Island. And Grand Island right now dominating in the trenches as we look at their defense. And Vaccaro on that defensive front. It's a very strong defensive front as that defensive starting lineup is brought to you by the law office of William Matar. So Vaccaro, Martin, and Perez, leaders and veterans along that line. Nucci, a really good linebacker, and then Court playing both ways along with Sol, Neville in that secondary.
A lot of two-way players. They got a veteran team and putting the horse on the field and put the best 11 players on the field.
And just like that in the blink of an eye, Health Sciences facing a 3rd and 11, but movement up front, the hard count from Jordan Oliver forces the Vikings offside.
Encroachment defense, 5-yard penalty.
We tell our D-line all the time, watch the ball. Don't listen to the cadence of the quarterback. Watch the football. Because every team works on a no play or a no snap and tries to draw teams off, like getting a shorter 3rd down.
So what was a 3rd and 11 now becomes a 3rd and 6. Really not only opens up the entire playbook, but now puts you in plus territory, in potential 4-down territory.
Oh, and they just did it again. It's still going to be 3rd and 1, but that's 10 free yards.
Mark Nash this time.
Dead ball, encroachment defense, 5-yard penalty. It's still 3rd down.
And Frank, that's a couple of seniors. They're sniffing blood here. 2 negative plays to start the game. So much wanting to make an impact.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's a great job by the quarterback with a hard count. Obviously, he's using his voice and he's changing his voice and getting him to draw off, jump off sides.
It does not sit well with Santorio on the Vikings sideline. 24th season, has done a great job, knows how much is at stake here tonight. Margin of victory important for Grand Island as well for seeding for the postseason. And an easy first down pickup for Kevin Guy as he scampers for 6. And that first down brought to you by Interstate Batteries.
Interesting, in 3rd and 1, they went to the power eye and ran smash mouth right back at him. Great pull. Great pull by the guard. I think it was number 55.
Quincy
Patterson.
Yeah,
Yep.
quickly right back to the line of scrimmage and right back into the hands of Guy. Guy keeps churning those legs and picks up 4. So from a 3rd and 11, a couple of penalties, a 3rd and 1, and now they're moving the chains and staying on schedule here on this opening possession.
Well, yeah, those 2 penalties really hurt. Let's see if they can recover and keep them off the board.
We'll talk a lot about Kayvon Pitts tonight, and understandably so. 3 straight 100-yard games, but Guy, a big part of this offense as well. They want to line Michael up all over the field here tonight, and this time he starts in the backfield. He takes the ball right near the line to gain. Looks like about a half-yard shy. It'll be a 3rd and short.
They're going a little no huddle here. You feel they got the momentum, keeping their formation. It looks like a little unbalanced formation.
3rd down and 1.
Get that defense off balance. And this is where Jordan Oliver is so important, lining this offense up. His leadership has been key this year as a junior. Coming up from the JV last season, and Michael easily picks up the first down with a strong push. Doesn't get a lot, but a great
Enough
push
for the
up
first
front.
down, move the chains.
And another first down brought to you by Interstate Batteries.
Looks like they're coming back with a spread formation here. Give them more.
1st down, Falcons.
Oh, he found a little seam in there, kept his legs moving, and all he needed was a yard, and he got a couple. 1st down.
We talked about Jeremiah Schufert on the defensive side. Pretty nice lead block right there for 51. This is a dangerous player right here. Look at his numbers
Brandon
on the
Michael,
season.
30 attempts, 238 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's rushing, and he also has a bunch of receptions and some touchdowns. So back to spread.
Overcome the penalty. It's now a 1st down and 10. First throw of the night for Jordan Oliver. And his pass lands incomplete, intended for Samaj Summerhour.
Yeah, it looks like he threw it off his back foot, rushed it a little bit. He was open. He threw it off his back foot a little bit short. But the coach said he's been doing a great job every game. He's a leader of this team. He's been showing leadership on and off the field, and the kids believe in him.
And if that's what you can get and you make good decisions at the quarterback position, and only a junior, you know, this is a fairly young team, only a junior.
It's a very young team. Yeah, Ty Parker said he wasn't sure what to expect from him. And he said when he came to practice, he saw his leadership and his ability to control this offense, and he's getting better every week.
Veterans that were a part of a section championship last year have helped lead the way, but these underclassmen have really stepped up for Health Sciences. They look to answer the early score from Grand Island. This is their opening possession of the game. The short little shovel to Michael. Michael navigating inside the 20, and he dives down near the 17-yard line. Gets about 5 on the play. It'll be a 3rd and 5.
It was a good call, jet sweep. It looked like it was open, but Grand Island pursued the football very well. Had all the lanes filled. Nice tackle.
Alex Martin, another one of those seniors, first to contact him, bring him down on the play. Here's a 3rd down and 5 for Health Sciences on what is a long opening possession of their own. Under 2.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter already. Michael again in motion, back to Pitts, and Pitts backed up on the play and brought down by Dominic Nucci for a loss.
Dominic Nucci doing on both sides of the ball. A great read right there. He read the guard. There was jet sweep action coming to the right. He read the pulling guard going left, and he filled right in the open gap, and what a great play by Nucci.
On a 3rd and 5, that could perhaps be one of tonight's the Vinyl Outlet Defense Play of the Game nominees. It is one of the Defense Play of the Game nominees here tonight. The Vinyl Outlet, Western New York's best porch, deck, and fence installations. No hesitation here for Ty Parker. Offense stays on the field on a 4th down and 7. Need to get down to the 12-yard line for a 1st down. Oliver, pressure comes, has to get rid of it quickly. It's incomplete.
By Anthony Vaccaro. What pressure, and you know what? I got to give the kid a lot of credit of sportsmanship. Quarterback threw the ball, he knocked him down, he gave him a hand up. Very respectable sportsmanship right there. But again, he threw it off his back foot. He's got to step into his throws.
Court in that defense celebrating as he will lead the offense back onto the field when we return. 7-0 ball game here on Thursday Night Lights.
Varsity Cheerleaders.
We'd like to thank tonight's food sponsor, Brick Oven, providing food for our crew before the game. Visit them 2457 Grand Island Boulevard here in Grand Island. Delicious pizza and subs before the game provided by Brick Oven. There's the Falcons sideline. Health Sciences unbeaten in the league, 5-2 overall, 4-0 here in Class B1. Looking for the outright championship. Could have a 3-way tie and a bunch of co-champions at the end of the night. As we showed you those standings pregame, Williamsville South also sitting at 4-1. Grand Island 3-1, but they took the football, scored on their opening possession, come up with a stop inside the red zone. Now Grand Island with the football again.
This is a big drive for Grand Island. See if they could control the line of scrimmage some more. They seem to find a gap inside the AB gap right there.
Running in chunks here, Michael Soul picks up 8 on the opening carry of this possession.
They pulled the guard and they led with the fullback and created a huge gap for Soul. Nice hard run. Now 2nd down and 2. Playbook's open for Dean Santorio.
Well, if there is a 3-way tie at the end of the night atop the Class B1 standings and all teams finish 4-1, there we are, Brian Tripp, Frank Payne. Great to be with you here on Thursday Night Lights. you'd go to the tiebreakers, and Grand Island needs to win this game by 13 or more points for the #1 seed, taking the top seed, a top 3 seed in the playoffs out of this. If Grand Island wins the game, but it's by 12 points or less, or they drop this game, they'll finish as a 3 seed.
Yeah,
that's
a huge difference in the overall seeding. Yeah, they would be first and co-champs either way if they win, but if they get that first seed in Class B1, that would move into a 3 seed overall in the playoffs and get a home game. Whereas if they don't win by more than 14 points, they'd be a 7 seed. So it's a huge, huge difference in the Class B playoffs.
After an Interstate Batteries first down and a 2-yard carry for Soule, they're going to feed the workhorse again, and he is thrown down in the backfield. Excellent play by Joseph Holman, the junior defensive lineman.
He led with his hands, did a push-pull on the outside, got free, and made the tackle in the backfield.
And those other teams in first place in B2, a team you know well, Pioneer and Lackawanna in B3, as Holman makes the stop.
What an outstanding play by that defensive end. Got off that block, got a tackle for a loss. Now he's going to force Grand Island to make a decision if they're going to keep running the ball or put the ball up in the air. What a fast quarter.
Yeah, we're going to find out when we come back. 1 quarter's already in the books here from Grand Island tonight. 7-0 Falcons on the 4-yard touchdown run from Soule in the opening quarter. You're watching the Law Office of William Matar's Thursday Night Lights presented by the Vinyl Outlets. Stay tuned for the UB Bulls halftime show. UB Bulls football, family, affordable fun. We'll showcase our Aesthetic Associate Center Scholar athletes presented by Dr. Todd Shatkin. We'll have an interview for you and highlights from across the country on Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals, highlights and stats, and a whole lot more coming up at the half with our UB Bulls halftime show. Again, UB Bulls football, family, affordable, and fun. Say that 5 times fast. Back alongside Frank Payne, Brian Tripp as we start this second quarter. This is just the second offensive possession of the game for Grand Island. Catchton on their opening possession, facing a 2nd down and 11, and that is chucked up and a diving play. It is incomplete. It hit the turf. Great effort made by Kayvon Pitts going down for that football. Just a dangerous pass at a 3rd and 11 upcoming.
That great play by the defensive end at the last play of the first quarter set up a big series for these guys, because now it's forcing Grand Island out of their game plan, force them to pass, and this is what Health Sciences needs to get off the field.
Almost a critical turnover. See if it hit the turf, and Pitts going down for it.
Oh, what a great call by the official. What great eyes. The ball hit the ground. Awesome call by the official.
And great work by our camera crew to capture that one. Our outstanding Thursday Night Lights crew is rounding into postseason form itself here. Here's a 3rd down and 11. Pressure comes, and the quarterback, able to escape for a moment, tries to dance his way forward, but on a 3rd and long, he's brought down near the original line of scrimmage.
Alante Green come up. He got cut pass coverage. You saw the quarterback scramble. He came up, made a nice open field tackle. Got him off the field. Decent protection. Quarterback stepped up, Alante Green was in coverage, came off, and look at that. Made a tackle, moved his feet, put him to the ground, forced a punt. Now, Health Sciences is very dangerous in special teams. So Grand Island's got to be able to cover this punt. I'm guessing they're going to try to punt it out of bounds or to the side and not give them any room to run.
Yeah, no doubt there is Pitts, who is an electrifying player, especially as he's back to 100%. Aiden Gallagher punts it away, and Rush came off the side, and good call, Frank. He kicked it, angled it towards the sideline. Some extracurriculars back near the line of scrimmage, and that draws a penalty flag on the play.
Yeah, this is one of the key matchups here in the game because minimize mistakes for Ty Parker, and I think they got a penalty here, which is going to give Grand Island some more field.
Well, we'll check in with Ken Eddings officially. That's a big stop for Health Sciences. Drove all the way down inside the Just Pizza delivery zone, inside the red zone, got stopped on a 4th down, and now they're going to get the football right back.
That was a great decision to punt the ball by Santorio, to punt it to the sidelines. You know, it's a shorter punt, but you're not giving up a chance for a big play on a return.
Officials get together, check in with the coaching staff, and a decision here for Ty Parker, I believe.
We're having a little meeting here, so I'm trying to get a little opinion from the side judge.
Yep.
I like when crews do this, though. I think it's good that the officials talk and get the right thing, right, make the right decision. You know, a lot of times you'll see a ref throw a flag, and all of a sudden they just make their decision and call up. But when they meet with a group, that tells you that they're looking for the best possible outcome here.
Yeah, as a coach sometimes, then you can at least, you may not always agree with the decision, but respect the decision.
Right, a little more confident answer when they talked as a group. Now he's going to the other guy. He's talking to all 5 officials are going to be involved in this play.
Appears that it's going to be Health Sciences football, but they're backing up now. Now they're going to relay the message to Dean Santorio.
It was a post-possession foul, which keeps Health Sciences with the football.
Well, now their offense is back near midfield,
Yeah,
Frank.
I don't know if they're going to, they haven't marked it off yet, I don't think.
Well, I know Ken Eddings is going to fill us in, I think.
There.
All right. Personal foul on the receiving team. 15-yard penalty from the end of the kick. It's 1st down.
Yeah, happened after the play, right near the line of scrimmage. There's some pushing and shoving, and those key players that were in there blocking for Galligan, giving him time to kick it away. It wasn't a great kick, but now with the 15-yard penalty, ball back at the 40-yard line, and Health Sciences will need to go 60 yards to tie this game.
Yeah, Coach Parker can't be happy with that. He wants to minimize those mistakes.
Something that's really crept into their defeats this year. You know, they've had an opportunity in the 2 losses, but they've made critical mistakes. Pitts hangs onto the football, then he explodes, accelerates, and there goes Pitts. Oh man, he can fly inside the 20-yard line, and a touchdown-saving tackle by Neville.
What a great play by both the running back and Neville on saving a touchdown. Make Health Sciences take another snap, possibly make a mistake. Good play by both young men.
You could see him juggle the football, then he takes off.
Yeah, for a little guy not that big, he's bouncing off tackles, showing his jets down to speed. Look at Neville come over. That's a great play. Both guys deserve a credit on that play. What a great play. Now it looks like it's 1st and goal.
It is indeed, Frank, from the 10-yard line. So that is good for an Express Windows 1st down as he takes the ball 50 yards. He's averaging 10 yards per carry this year, coming off 128 yards and a touchdown last week. Again, as I said, 3 straight 100-yard games. He's a big piece of this offense, battled injuries early. Let's see if they go right back to Pitts. Try to reward him on this possession. He's spun down by Nucci at the line of scrimmage, and Nucci's having a terrific game so far.
Nucci's a beast on both sides of the ball. He's running the ball hard. He's making great reads as a linebacker, getting through the gap, making a tackle.
We saw early how physical Grand Island was at the line of scrimmage. You know, when you have speed and the ability to create explosive plays, it's one thing to do it from midfield between the 20s, but now inside the 20, down near the 10. This is where Health Sciences really is going to have to earn those final 10 yards.
Yeah, I think they're actually going to have to get the edge. I think they're going to have to get to the edge on a toss sweep, a counter play, maybe a bubble to this outside. I don't think they're going to be able to run up the middle, but we'll see what happens.
See what they dial up here. It's 2nd down and goal from the 11-yard line, trailing 7-0, looking to tie this game. Pitts does get to the edge and gets into the end zone. Wow, he absolutely has that explosive ability in the run game. It's his 5th rushing touchdown of the season, and Kayvon Pitts brings the Falcons within 1.
quickly, a little jump cut right here. Boom, pop to the outside, got the edge, and his speed just did the rest. Great block by the receiver, too, out there. I'll try to catch a number, but it was a great block on the edge.
Now, the Falcons do not have a reliable kicking game. They've used 2, 3, 4 different kickers throughout the course of the season. So they're going to go for 2 here, an opportunity either to, after the touchdown, remain in a 7-6 deficit or take the lead.
Now, this is huge. We're in the same situation where I coach over at South Park. And, you know, going for 2 is an advantage because if you score twice, they got to score 3 times to get you. But it puts a tough job, you know, makes the offense put it in the end zone. And the special teams could be the difference in this game.
In a tight game like this, every point is critical. Jordan Oliver under pressure, steps away. He's able to fling it, but it is to an ineligible receiver on the play. The catch is made, unless it was deflected. Joseph Holman fighting for extra yardage, not going to get in. There is no flag on the field. Good pressure applied by Mark Nash from Grand Island getting after the quarterback, and now the laundry does come in.
Yep.
So we'll check on the penalty. We think we know what it's going to be, and then we're going to step aside here.
It looks like the special team is going to make a big difference in this game.
So that is a critical stop for Grand Island, and they will hang on to, barring something unexpected here on this penalty flag, they'll hang on to the lead.
There's no foul for ineligible. The ball was tipped off the defensive helmet. Point's no good.
Ryan, you made a good call on that. You called it right on the play-by-play that it was deflected, so anybody could catch it once the ball is deflected.
But still unsuccessful, 7-6 at Grand Island. Health Sciences back within 1 to start this second quarter. We'll be right back. You're watching the Law Office of William Mattar's Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Vinyl Outlet, as Pitts takes it in. Tonight's closed captioning is exclusively brought to you by Babsha's Pierogi. Fans bundled up here. Temperatures dipping down into the 40s. Get those blankets and enjoy what is a great football game so far between Grand Island and Health Sciences. A ton at stake for the postseason tonight. Both teams are in, but a 1-point game 2 minutes into this second quarter. And that's a big response by Health Sciences after the early Grand Island touchdown.
It really was. And if this game comes down to a 1-point or 2-point game, the big play on that one, a 2-point play, the ball was deflected. A lineman caught it, but the Grand Island defense had the awareness to keep their feet moving, not let them in the end zone. Because they would have been, you know, the Sciences would have had the lead.
So here's a Costanzo's kickoff brought to you by Costanzo's Bakery. And Frank, I know that's something you talk to your team all the time about over at South Park, is you play to the whistle no matter what.
Exactly. That's exactly what they did, and they kept them off the board.
Good kick by Joyner. And maybe they could try a PAT or 2 here in this game as Neville returns, and he's decked. Oh, what a tackle in the open field made by Alante Green again. Another big play by number 7.
Alante Green, you can see him 3 or 4 times on defense here on special teams. He sets his feet, shimmies his feet, and runs his feet through the tackle. Textbook open field tackle.
And that's one that you might clip after tonight and take back and show to your team.
Yeah, look at that. Made the tackle, ran his feet, and pushed him backwards. I would use that as a clinic tape. Look at that. Boom. Head, and the thing about that, his head was up. He saw what he hit, so it was a safe tackle as well.
Neville had a head of steam, too, and he was just, you know, that's the definition of stopped in your tracks right there.
Yeah, we teach him to see what you hit, and he did a perfect job there.
Michael Soul, a 4-yard rushing touchdown on the opening possession. Quite that tandem with Dominic Nucci in the backfield. Nucci picks up nearly 5 on the first carry of this possession.
Yeah, he's a horse. He gets the ball in the AB gap, keeps his feet moving, and every time he gets hit, it goes for positive yardage.
He's a 3-year starter, averaging 5 yards per carry. This year has 11 touchdowns. Had that big 98-yard game and 3 touchdowns at Amherst to start the month back on October 4th. The team that has only lost 3 games this year, and those 3 losses just by a combined 25 points. So Grand Island right there neck and neck in Class B and in the B1 standings, and unable to dance free soul this time. He's dragged down in the backfield again, and now that defense for Health Sciences starting to make its presence known. Taiwan Moy, number 62, leading the charge that time for the D-line.
Yeah, Coach Parker said a lot of good things about Taiwan Moy. He gets to the ball, he's tough, he's physical, he's a two-way starter, and that was an awesome play. They ran a toss sweep, he set the edge, and he had nowhere to go.
He's listed at 6'3", 265 pounds, though. You know, up front, it looks like a slight edge, maybe size-wise, to the Falcons.
Yeah, and they're quick. They got quick feet, and they get off blocks really well. 3rd and 9.
Court lines up under center, play action pass. It's the base of this passing attack, and his pass is caught by Nucci, and Nucci immediately met a half-yard shy of the yard to gain, and Nucci slow to his feet after the hard hit was delivered by Michael. Great catch by Nucci to hang on, but it will be 4th down.
Ty Parker's doing a great job with his tackling drills, because every time they make a tackle, they run their feet, they shimmy their feet, they run through the tackle. Look at that job. Sets his feet, head is up, drives his feet, drives him backwards. Good job by Brandon Michael.
13th catch of the year for Nucci. Probably the toughest one he'll make all season with that contact. Well, he's a workhorse. He's a physical guy. 4th and 1 inside your own territory. And let's see what the Vikings want to do here. Looks like the offense is going to stay on the field.
Looks like the quarterback's coming back out. Up to the guys up front here to get a yard.
Can also try to use that hard count,
yeah,
too.
I was just going to say, watch out for the hard count.
But
Health Sciences got to watch the ball.
Nucci was hurt on the play. Brisky, number 24, lines up as the fullback. That's a significant absence on this play. Court keeps it himself, and Court goes up the gut for 2 and a 1st down, brought to you by Express Windows. Now installing windows as low as $329 within 5 to 6 weeks, and they rely on the quarterback.
A great job here with a quick count, ran up the right side, get the 1st down.
55, the center, Owen Rossetti, paving the way, the junior, going nose to nose right there with the guy we just talked about, Moy, at the defensive tackle position.
It's a good job by Dean Santorio. Trust your offense, get that 1st down.
And that belief then carries over to the kids the rest of the game.
Yeah, they love when you go for it. They don't want to punt ever. Looks like the 2 wide receivers are real out wide. Pull that linebacker, and here's that iso to the right, and fly into the football.
And Nucci back in the game, providing a lead block for Soul. He needed more than just 1 lead block, however. He's dropped in the backfield again.
Jeremiah Schufert, all over the field. The former D lineman playing linebacker.
Yeah, he's got a great skill set. He's smart. You can tell he knows his reads. What is he looking for? That's a big difference instead of being lined up as a down lineman backing 3, 4, 5 yards off that line of scrimmage.
So when you're a D lineman, you're looking for the feet of the lineman. When you're a linebacker, you're looking for the guards, the pulls.
And you can see him trying to diagnose the play here, and they come with pressure, a little draw play, and Soul brought down by Alante Green again, picks up 2. But it's going to be a 3rd down and long. They're behind the sticks again on this possession.
Yeah, that was the same play they ran in that first drive of the game that got like 15 yards, and Health Science did a good job of recovering that time and looking for that draw.
Soul 12th in Section 6 in rushing yards, had 771 rushing yards coming into the game. The leader, Adam Nunes from South Park, someone you know pretty well, with 1,700 yards and 25 touchdowns this year. We had the game when he set the single-game state record for rushing earlier this season.
He's a great kid. He runs angry. He's a wonderful kid. He's fast. He reminds me of Tyreek Hill. Gets it first step, and he's gone.
Well, every time he touched the ball in the game we had earlier this year against Iroquois, he was indeed gone.
Little play-action pass. He's got some room.
Under pressure, can he escape? No, he's dragged down from behind as Pitts tracks him down, and Court brought down for a 1-yard pickup, 4th and long upcoming.
What great pursuit by Pitts. As you can see, here, Court has room, Pitts pursues, and he even goes for the ball. What a great play. Force a 4th down. Looks like they're going to have to punt on this one.
Court fortunate to hang on to the football even that time. You acknowledged it there, Frank, that Pitts was hunting for the punch out. He got up a little bit slow, worth watching because he's battled some injuries this year. And he's going to stay on the field here on 4th down on special teams as Aiden Galligan comes on to punt. Angled his first punt out of bounds as we approach 5 minutes to play in this opening half here already.
Oh, dropped the snap. Oh,
and
boy.
can't escape. He's not going to be able to kick it away. And you talk about special teams being a big key. Alante Green among a trio of players to knock him out of bounds at the 29-yard line. And a huge mistake will give Health Sciences excellent field position.
It looked like it was a decent snap. And he bobbled it. And on that time, we take our kickers to when you, as you can.
He's got gloves on a chilly night.
Yep, he picked his head up a little bit. And right now, he could still kick it. Try to get it off any way you can.
Green was the first man in there for Health Sciences, and they're going to spot the ball officially at the 30-yard line now, and the Falcons trying to overcome that early 7-0 deficit. Had the potential tying touchdown. Pitts scored from 11 yards out, but they failed on the 2-point try.
Indeed, Santorio, one of the keys of the game was limit big plays, and that's the one right there for Health Sciences. He wants to limit those.
Come out throwing on first down. Oliver throws incomplete. A little bit low for Brandon Michael.
Yeah, a little flood route to the outside. I think he's got to set his feet. He's rushing his throws. He's thrown a couple off his back foot on that one there. He rushed it a little bit. I think he's set his feet and make a good throw.
What causes a quarterback to rush his throws?
He's a junior, and he's young, and he's getting better each game. But in a big game like this, sometimes they just want to get the ball off as quick as they can, as having patience and let the route finish out.
A victory for Health Sciences, and they'll finish the year 5-0 in Class B. B1 and win it outright. A loss here, and you'll have 3 teams: Health Sciences, Williamsville South, and Grand Island tied at 4-1 atop the class standings. And you'll have to go to the tiebreakers. Health Sciences in good position to be the #1 seed out of the class. Grand Island needs a win, and they need it by a pretty big margin. Ball on the ground, and Pitts recovers. Trouble on the exchange between Pitts and Oliver. And now costly mistakes for the Falcons offense.
Now, you talked about it in the beginning. There's a chill in the air. It's a little cooler. We've had great weather all year long. And they're having a tough time handling this cold football, it looks like. No, he's having a tough, both teams seems like they're having a tough time handling the ball right now. It's starting to get a little dewy out there. The temperature's changed. Playoff atmosphere out here in Grand Island.
Yeah, you can see Oliver not wearing gloves, and with 4:26 to go in the second quarter, Health Sciences prior to a 3rd down and what looks like about 13, 14 yards is going to utilize a timeout. First timeout of this half. We're going to take it with them here. You're watching the law office of William Mattar's Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Vinyl Outlets. Stay tuned. Coming up at halftime, the UB Bulls halftime show. UB Bulls football, family, affordable, fun. Interview here in the booth. We'll check out highlights from across the country from last week's Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals action. We'll have highlights and stats from here as well, as it is a 1-point game. 4.5 minutes to play here in this opening half, and Health Sciences with the football, but a couple of big plays by that Grand Island defense here has them facing a 3rd and 13.
I think Ty Parker's 3rd and 13, so I think they're going to have 4-down territory since they don't have a field goal kicker, especially from this far out. I think they're going to try to pick up 6 or 7 yards and make that 4th down more manageable.
Health Sciences 4-0 in Class B1, so they are in the driver's seat. You can have co-champs at the end of the night, playoff seeding at stake. Both these teams in the postseason, but playing for playoff positioning as Oliver goes deep, but a lot of contact downfield intended for Summerall. But again, Neville there in coverage, Nucci back there as well. It looked like Neville committed the penalty.
Yeah, on this break, it looks like he got to grab him a little bit. I don't know if they have a holding or pass interference. They pass interference, 15 yards and a 1st down. Big penalty.
And a couple of big penalties in this game by that Vikings defense. Remember on the opening drive for Health Sciences, extended that drive. We're facing a 3rd and long, and then a penalty or 2 bailed them out.
Yeah, they got to stay away from those penalties. The 3 they've had have been crucial, actually.
Pass interference, defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot results in a 1st down.
And you want to be playing clean football going into the postseason that starts next week. Both these teams will be playing with their seasons on the line. A big game tonight really sets the stage
It helps you mentally approach next week.
Yeah, this is a good game for both teams because it gets them ready for play. It's like a playoff atmosphere. So basically, this is a playoff game. That's what we tell our guys. Is, you know, week 8's playing a good opponent, getting ready for the playoffs. You got to keep clean football.
Ball's at the 19, so back inside the Just Pizza delivery zone. A first down and 10 for the Falcons offense. And Kevin Guy carries. Guy, a little bit of a bigger back to Kayvon Pitts. He transferred into the program, still averaging almost 8 yards per carry himself. Had a couple of 100-yard games earlier this year, 121 in week number 6, 150 yards in week 5. So a couple of good performances for Guy, kind of that 1-2 tandem with Pitts, as Pitts has battled injuries this year. As you can tell, though, Guy maybe not as elusive trying to get to the outside as he's dropped by Mark Nash at the line of scrimmage. Senior making a big play.
That was a great play. Sealed the edge. There was nothing inside. He tried to bounce it. The kid had leverage with a push-pull on the outside, and great job by that linebacker. As you can see right here, they come out with 51, tries to block him, keeps his outside arm free, gets through, makes a tackle.
Talking about that 1-2 tandem, too, Frank, that Ty Parker said, it's a pony and a horse. Pitts is the pony, and I'm not sure about that analogy, but Guy is the horse.
Yes. Yeah, they got power and speed. One guy's got some speed, one guy's a little bit more powerful, but Grand Island didn't matter on that play because they sealed the edge. So it's going to be a 3rd and 8. I would see we get a play action pass or screen look here because I think Grand Island's going to bring some heat.
And that defense,
the power eye.
Yeah, trying to come up with a big stop here inside the Just Pizza delivery zone. Timeout taken prior to this crucial 3rd down.
Delay of game call. 5-yard penalty, it's still 3rd down.
Health Science is very casual getting to the line of scrimmage. And I thought at first the timeout came in from their sideline, but no, it's a delay of game.
I think they were caught. They had the power eye. They were trying to bring the spread out there. It went back to the power eye, and it cost them a delay of game. So now we have a 3rd and 13.
And that's another crucial penalty. Both teams have been severely impacted by some big penalties at inopportune times in this opening half.
Come out to the spread look here.
And there you see the Grand Island defense. Can they come up with another stop? Already one red zone stop here in this football game. Must get to the 9 for a first down. Final 3 minutes of the second quarter.
Looks like they're man-to-man.
Oliver over the middle and incomplete. Man-to-man and no one home on that play for Health Sciences. Neville had an opportunity at the interception, unable to pick it off the turf. 4th and long coming up.
I think Jordan Oliver's got to settle his feet. I think Coach, he's rushing his passes. Like the route didn't really finish, and he's throwing off his back foot and rushing his passes. So if I'm sure Ty Parker at halftime is going to have a talk with Jordan Oliver and have settle down a little bit, follow through on his throws.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic for him. He's been such a good manager of the team, a leader this year, high completion percentage, hasn't made many mistakes, but he has not been dialed in here in this opening half.
And again, this is going to help him. It's playoff atmosphere. He hasn't been here yet. It's his junior moving up. You know, this is a playoff atmosphere, and this is what they need for.
And hopefully for them, a favorable matchup next week if they are the top seed out of Class B1. Under pressure, Oliver escapes to his right, throws on the run, and incomplete again. Looking for Pitts downfield, and once more, the Grand Island defense comes up with a stop inside the red zone.
That time he did a good job on the scramble. As you can see here, he gets back, sets his feet, spins, gets out of trouble right here, has his eyes downfield, sets up, and just throws a little bit short.
Pretty
Illegal
impressive.
shift, offense, 2 men moving. That penalty is declined. It's first down.
Big stop by Grand Island right there.
Pretty impressive, too, to run away from a guy like Sold like that. He made it look pretty easy. Pretty good athlete, a quarterback.
Yeah, he spun around. He did a great job. He just got to follow through his throws.
So that's a big stop by this Vikings defense. And don't forget, coming up at the end of tonight's game, we'll have the Vinyl Outlet defense play of the game. Perhaps it'll be that play there, the Vinyl Outlet, Western New York's best porch, deck, and fence installations. Each team with only one Firth Jewelers touchdown here in this opening half. Can Grand Island capitalize and add to a 1-point lead late? Soul dances maybe for a yard or two. Health Sciences will get the football to start the second half after they won the coin toss to defer and deferred to start the game today.
Taiwan Moy is really a force in there because they brought the 2 receivers outside. which brought out the linebacker in the corner way out here. They're trying to hit that offside ISO, which they tried to hit 3 or 4 times.
Look at this here, though. Soul going off and does not look to be 100% as he leaves the field.
No, that'd be a big loss for them. Hopefully the young man's okay, come back in the game for him.
And one of the great rushers in the area. Had 133 yards and a touchdown last week. Obviously, Nucci is such a big part of this run game as well. And look at this here. Now they're going to line Nucci up as the deep back and bring Brisky into the game as the fullback. And they go to Nucci. And Nucci gets a block from Brisky and picks up 3. So a whole lot of moving parts right now for that Vikings offense.
Unfortunately, Nucci's good enough to play fullback or tailback. He could probably play outside as a receiver as well. What a great athlete. He moved back in there without missing a beat.
And I think part of the reason Soul is so successful, like a lot of pressure falls on Brisky now to be that lead blocker that Nucci, oh, by the way, at 6 foot, 230 pounds and a workhorse in the weight room, what he provides for the offense.
He's going to have to carry the ball a little bit, too, to keep the pressure off of Nucci.
And Brisky only 5'7", 160.
Got a 3rd and 6 here. Jet sweep.
Neville in motion, and the jet sweep is snuffed out by that defense for the Falcons. A whole host of Falcons, maybe a flock of Falcons in there. Schubert leading the way.
It's tough to run jet sweep against these guys because they play smash mouth defense, so they fly to the football. And the jet sweep is an east-west play. I think against Health Sciences, they got to run more north-south.
Health Sciences will stop the clock with exactly 1 minute to play here in the opening half, and trailing by 1. They want to have as much time as possible here, as that forces Grand Island into a 4th down and 5. So they're going to get another crack at it. And by the way, they'll get the football to start the second half. And after a great opening drive for that Vikings offense, things have stalled out here against a really tough defensive front for Health Sciences.
Yeah, Health Sciences is playing smash mouth football. They're flying the football, and their open field tackling is spectacular.
Nucci over on the sideline. Don't see Soul right there on the sideline. Probably trying to check on his buddy over there. He is trying to stretch it out. He's not on our shot right there. He's about at the 42-yard line, kicking his legs and trying to shake off whatever bothered him earlier on that possession.
So Dean Santorio is going to probably punt the ball. So I'm assuming he's going to kick the ball towards the out of bounds, give him no return. But it looks like Health Sciences might get the ball around the 50.
Remember, Galligan had trouble handling the snap last time, so critical here to kick this ball away. Pitts is waiting for it back at his own 40-yard line. Good snap, and Galligan gets it out of there. High kick. Pitts goes back on it, does not elect to come up and catch the football, so it rolls down inside the 34, and that takes some valuable time off the clock as well. And I think the message there, as it was down at the 34-yard line, was, hey, don't touch that yet. Let's take some more time off the clock. But Owen Rossetti, the center, was in a rush to get down there and touch the football.
Aiden Galligan, what a way to recover after the muff snap last time. He averages 30 yards a punt, and that time there was one of his best punts.
There's that conversation, too, about, hey, let another second or two come off the clock. Hopefully that doesn't come back, if you're Grand Island, come back to hurt you.
That was like, what, 4 seconds off the clock?
It could have been. You never know. You never know how long they'll wait to blow the whistle.
So Health Sciences, they have 65, 65 yards to go.
Continuing that conversation over there on the sideline. Special teams so important. It's a 1-point game, 50 seconds left, second quarter. Health Sciences, Frank, 1 time out remaining. Flag flies at the line of scrimmage, in and out of the hands of Pitts over the middle. We'll check on the penalty marker back near the line of scrimmage.
Jordan Oliver did a great job on the throw there. The receiver's got to help him out because he finally made a really gritty, solid throw over the middle and off his hands.
Penalty against the offense. Illegal formation probably coming here.
So I think Dean Santorio has 3 timeouts. So if they get a stop here, he might look into getting a timeout and trying to get the ball back one more time.
Yeah, after a penalty and an incompletion on first down, now all of a sudden you're thinking, okay, does
Illegal formation, offense, 5 men in the backfield. That penalty is declined. It's second down.
Yeah, now they take it to second down. So it starts, okay, what does Health Sciences need to do to go 60-plus yards to get a score here and take the lead? And now you start looking at it from the other lens. Do the Vikings have a chance to get it back with decent field position?
They do, and if I was Health Sciences right now, I'd run the ball a little bit right here. I would maybe take one more shot and then run the ball because we don't want to get the Grand Island a chance to get the ball back here before the half. See,
They do run the ball. It's Pitts trying to get to the outside. And man, he just gets to the sideline but couldn't turn it upfield as he was being chased across the field by Alex Martin, the linebacker, doing everything he could to try to close off that edge.
I'm sure Ty Parker wanted him to slide or stay in bounds because now Grand Island didn't even have to use a timeout and he only got a yard. So now we're third and 8 with 38 seconds to go and 3 timeouts to go for Grand Island.
Yeah, when you come out and run the football there, the idea is either the team's going to have, your opponent's going to have to use a timeout or the clock will keep running.
Right, and he ran out of bounds. So I think that's not what Ty Parker wanted on that one. But again, a play opposite atmosphere. Kids are trying to do extra plays, and these are good coaching points moving forward to the playoffs.
And both coaches told us the thing is you want to peak at the end of the year. That's the most important thing. And both coaches feel like their teams have gotten better every week. So 3rd down and 8 here, final seconds of this opening half, and first a timeout by Health Sciences. So 7-6 score.
Falcons, their 3rd timeout.
Michael Soul scored on the opening possession, a 4-yard touchdown run on a 4th and goal from the 4. Remember that, 6:50 to play in the opening quarter, and then Pitts from 11 yards out, 2 minutes into this second quarter. 2-point conversion attempt failed, and a 7-6 lead for Grand Island. And I think we thought this would be a good game, Frank, coming in, and I'm not saying it's been the most clean opening half, but it's extremely competitive.
It really is. It's been a great football game. Both teams are taking advantage of certain situations. Both teams are making a mistake here and there. But right now, Health Sciences has Kishan Joyner. He's their 3rd or 4th kicker. So if Grand Island could stop him here, they can force him to punt with a 3rd or 4th punter and maybe a bad snap. Grand Island might be good field position here. So this is a big play on defense for Grand Island.
Yeah, I think that is the thought process too. And Grand Island still hasn't used a timeout here. And it's a 3rd down and long upcoming for Health Sciences. There you saw us up here in the press box alongside Frank Payne, who's our interim coach tonight. Scott Pilkey dealing with a family matter. We wish him well and his friends and family well. He'll be back with us next week for the postseason. Brian Trippier, they do run the football. The ball comes out. Oh, and a turnover on the play. It's recovered by Grand Island. Even better than they envisioned. Didn't need to use a timeout. Matt Martin, number 53, at the bottom of the pile with the pigskin. And with 33 seconds and 3 timeouts still in their pocket, they'll take over inside Falcons territory.
It's the exact scenario that Grand Island they could have scripted that any better. They didn't have to use a timeout. They got the... Oh, it was an exchange. The quarterback had the ball. Running back was looking for the hole, and he put it in his back pocket and didn't get any clean handoff. And Grand Island with the ball.
Took a perfect ricochet then to Martin, one of the seniors, one of 18 seniors, and his team set up with, that's disaster for Health Sciences and best case scenario for Grand Island.
Yeah, it couldn't have worked out any better for them. They got all 3 timeouts, ball on the 35-yard line.
And Court will go back to pass. They keep Solon to block. Good to see him back out there. Does get rid of it. The pass. It's caught by Neville, but he's going to be twisted down for a 5-yard loss on the play. And a timeout immediately taken by Grand Island. And man, that pass rush, they're loading the box right now. Pressure from the line of scrimmage, and they can't handle
Grand Island.
And Neville's doing a great job of coming back to the ball because I thought that could have been picked. But he worked back to the ball, made the catch, even though they lost 5 yards. If he didn't come back to the ball, that might have been a pick 6. That's twice I've seen him come back to the ball. Great job by that kid.
25 seconds left on the clock here, and a Grand Island offense that had a great opening possession. Certainly had a big pass on that opening possession, but has stalled out since. As we take a look back at this turnover one last time, that gives Grand Island an opportunity to add to a 1-point lead here late in the half.
Yeah, he got a clean he got a clean snap, caught the snap, and the quarterback looked up, might have been his own read, and then put the ball late, put it in his back pocket, and there was no chance to get the ball. Grand Island recovered on it, big play.
Frank, I think it's a balance here of, okay, you want to score, but don't do anything stupid. You have a 1-point lead. I know you're going to have to kick it off to start the second half, but you're in a good position, and what got you to this point is a sustained, methodical drive, not an explosive type drive.
Right, exactly. Well said.
So a 2nd and 15. Let's see if they go back to the ground game. Soul out of the backfield, and instead...
He's open, wide open.
Oh, how about that? Court goes downfield to Neville for the touchdown. They strike. It is an explosive play. Vikings add to their lead here late in the half.
Nick Court, when asked to throw the ball, threw a dime down the middle of the field. Health Sciences DB tripped a little bit, This Neville kid, I'm really impressed with this receiver. I think he's a great wide receiver. Everything I see out there, he's doing a great job.
Look at Court fired up as the Vikings take a 13-6 lead. Well, with Court on the sideline, they're going for one here and trying to make it an 8-point game. And wow, Nick Court delivers the touchdown pass of 40 yards with 17 seconds to go in the second quarter. Can't wait to get another look. How did Neville, you said the defender tripped a little bit, got so wide open. It's an easy pitch and catch. Pickering now to make it a 14-6 lead, and he tucks it inside the upright, and Grand Island with a big play and a half of big plays.
Wow. The last 3 plays were huge. Getting the ball back, not using a timeout. Here's this touchdown. Quarterback drops back, steps up in the pocket, throws a perfect ball. Russell Wilson type ball. Moon ball that comes down and makes it easier for receiver to catch. Health Sciences defensive backs tripped on the play. But watch this pass. That's what the Russell Wilson's been talking about when he played like the quarter. He tripped. Easy. The higher the ball, the easier for the receiver to react to the ball. What a great job by Court. And I loved his leadership on the sideline, showing that intensity and the importance of that touchdown.
So it's a 40-yard touchdown pass from Court to Neville, a Firth Jewelers touchdown. Court with his 5th touchdown pass of the season. Neville his 3rd touchdown reception.
See, a lot of quarterbacks will try to throw that on a dime, and it's harder. I was a receiver. It was harder for a receiver to make that catch when it's on a dime. When he's that wide open, get in the air, let the kid make the play.
Much bigger margin for error on the play.
Yeah.
Let your receiver go out and get it. He did that, and Frank, that is a game-changing type play right now.
It really is. It really is. The defensive stand over here, not using a timeout, coming back and scoring quick. Let's see how Health Sciences recovers.
And now, should Health Sciences score at some point, whether it's here at the end of this half or they'll get the ball to start the second half, it's an 8-point lead, so that 2-point play is going to be necessary to just tie the game, not take the lead.
Now usually to take advantage with it. Now it's just to tie the game. Oh, what a good kick.
Yeah, it's angled away from Pitts. It will knuckle and nestle at the 15-yard line. That's a live football. Pitts scoops it up and scampers out of bounds. Wow, some precarious moments there. And I think Falcons fans, their heart in their throat on that play as it just sat.
Having one player back like that, there was a lot of field. He's lined up on the right hash, on their left hash, and he kicked it to the right hash. Good job by the kicker.
If you're Health Sciences here, do you take a shot, no timeouts, or do you just get into halftime knowing you're going to get the football?
I think I would take it into halftime. The quarterback looked like we got to make some adjustments, set his feet and throw a little bit better. I wouldn't want to put him in a situation right now to give the Grand Island the ball back.
Grand Island an 8-point lead. They need to win this game by 13 for the #1 seed and to win and have the tiebreaker as co-champs in Class B1. An 8-point lead at the half, perhaps.
This is late October, baby. High school football, Western New York.
Dean Santorio knows that. That will play into his decision-making in the second half. They snuff out the run, and that should take us to halftime here with Grand Island in front. They score on their first possession of the half and their last possession of the half. And they get it done on the ground and through the air. It's a 14-6 lead. Grand Island here at home on their senior night in front, and that is a very excited group of Vikings as they head into the locker room with the lead. Alex Martin, one of those seniors, high-fiving his teammates as they go off, and Grand Island with the 8-point lead at the half. Head coach Dean Santorio joining us now. And coach, the big play at the end of the half to take that 8-point lead, to get that turnover and then have a chance to add to a 1-point lead. What did that play mean going into the locker room?
Yeah, well, I mean, we had momentum early after our first touchdown drive and then stalled out a few times, but to get a big turnover late in the half like that and then execute with less than a minute left's a big deal. So we're very glad Nick saw the backside post and made a great throw, and we come up with a big score before the half.
Coach, we talked about the importance of Nick Court making a pressure play because you guys like to run the ball a lot. And when he had to throw, he made the right throws, and you got to be very proud of your young quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, he's gone through some growing pains, but we're more than confident in him. And to make the big throw at the end of the half, that's a big boost, and I'm sure at least going into half, he's going to feel good about what he did.
Coach, I don't know if you saw it, but when he made that throw, he came on the sidelines, and his leadership was unbelievable. The intensity he showed and raised the whole sidelines up. It was great.
Yeah, you need your quarterback to be a leader, not just on the field, but in everyday actions. And we're just proud of Nick battling through a little adversity in 1 or 2 games and coming back with a few really good ones.
Dean, thanks so much. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Obviously, a coach who knows what is at stake. An 8-point lead. Needs to win by 13 or more for that top seed. 14-6 here at the half.
You're watching the UB Bulls Football Halftime Report. UB Bulls Football. Family. Affordable. Fun.
We had a 1-point game, but it's still a 1-score game. 14-6 Grand Island here at the half as we welcome you into the UB Bulls halftime show. Let's kick this thing off with tonight's Scholar Athletes.
Dr. Todd Shatkin from the Aesthetic Associates Center is proud to present Thursday Night Lights Aesthetic Associates Scholar Athletes of the Week. With an 88 GPA, Alejandro Perez is the Scholar Athlete for Grand Island High School. Alejandro's athletic achievements include being a varsity football starter and wrestler. Alejandro is also a multi-instrumentalist, and his community involvement includes winning a state art competition for the VFW Auxiliary. With a 3.5 GPA, Lamar Adams is the Scholar Athlete for Buffalo Academy of Science. Lamar's athletic achievements include being a 2023 Section 6 Class B football champion. He is also an honor roll student and class ambassador, and his community involvement includes working at UB STEP. These All-Stars are now entered for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season. Congratulations to the Aesthetic Associates Scholar Athletes of the Week.
Congratulations to our honorees tonight. Brandon Mumas here from the University of Buffalo, Director of Marketing. And we're talking football. We're watching football. But, Brandon, basketball season's almost here for the UBs.
Yeah, right around the corner. So actually the women have an exhibition on Sunday against Damon, and regular season will start for them shortly after, in beginning November. And men have an exhibition on Wednesday, October 30th, right before Halloween.
Should have finished my sentence for the UB Bulls coming up here. Basketball season. A lot of great promotions this year. What's in store for fans that come on out?
Yeah, so actually on November 8th, we have a pajama night. So you're supposed to wear pajamas to the game. It's a doubleheader. We're going to have free popcorn. We got a pillowcase giveaway. And then shortly after that, November 14th, we've got a little mini basketball you can get at the game. And then on November 22nd, it's Kids Day. So kids will be asked to dress up as their favorite princess, superhero, and then there's going to be a little mini basketball hoop and basketball for them to get at the game, and some meet and greets with princesses and superheroes.
Before we let you go, what do we have to know for tickets this year?
Yeah, so ubbowls.com/tickets. Individual game tickets are on sale, but season tickets are on sale as well. And like I said, just a week away.
Brandon, perfect to have you here and part of the UB Bulls halftime show. Thanks so much. Good luck this year.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
Brandon Mumont with the University of Buffalo here. Bulls basketball is coming up soon. Also, UB Bulls football, family and affordable fun. We had a fun first half. 14-6, Grand Island in front. We'll be right back. Some special plays here in an entertaining opening half. 8-point lead for Grand Island here at the half. Some great plays last week across the country. Let's take a look at them.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Sophomore's going to be flushed, rolls, and somehow
Great
Ransom
catch.
makes the one-handed catch. Oh, no, that's Browning, excuse me. Browning with the catch at the 15-yard line.
They go decoy this time. They're going deep. John Henry Collins. And he caught Kanye Reed inside the 10-yard line.
Dunbar with plenty of time. Wilson on the keeper. Trying to get to the right side, and out tries a jump pass, and that is caught for a Dunbar touchdown. Derek Hardy.
Helfrich to be the hero. Clean snap. Wake Forest wins it. Helfrich knocks it home at the gun. And Wake Forest remains unbeaten. They move to 3-0, a 13-10 win over rival Heritage. Here from the 35. Overton, pressure from Helton, sidesteps it. Now just going to heave it up, look into the far corner, tipped up in the air, caught by J.J. Bush. Touchdown, Bobcats, and Theodore wins it at the buzzer.
Maybe we'll have a finish like that here. The UB Bulls halftime show rolls on. Health Sciences trails by 8, but we'll get the football to start this second half, 14-6. Crucial game tonight for playoff positioning. Brian Tripp and Frank Payne were joined by head coach Ty Parker of the Falcons right now. Coach, it's a one-score game. Your team gets the football. What do you want to see from them to start this third quarter?
Well, we got to come out and play assignment football. You know, I feel like they control the line of scrimmage defensively, you know, making it difficult for us to move the ball on the ground. We got to do a better job up front. Defensively, we had a couple blown assignments, and we got to clean that up. We made our halftime adjustments. So I look forward to coming out second half and playing a good game of football. Grand Island's playing a superb half. We knew they was going to come out running the ball. They caught us in a blown assignment, blown coverage right before the half, but I look forward to it, a very exciting second half.
All right, Coach, I'm sure you had to talk with Jordan Oliver about setting his feet and you know, be a little more patient on his throws because guys were open and he kind of rushed it a little bit. I'm sure you had a couple talks with him to settle it down and just the throws were open, just make those passes.
Yeah, absolutely. He missed a couple throws. He missed a couple guys wide open, and I told him, and that's unlike Jordan. You know, he finds the guys. You know, that's what I said. Second half, we just got to come out and play. First half, we was a little sluggish. But I know we're going to get it together. I believe in our guys, and we're going to come out and play a good half of football.
Well, Coach, that's the beauty of getting the ball first and having 24 minutes to play. Appreciate the time. Good luck.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Ty Parker joining us at the half as his Falcons trail 14-6. So how did we get to our halftime score here? Let's take a look back at the opening half highlights. And Grand Island getting the football to start this football game. It was a long, methodical drive. And then a 4th and goal from the 4. Michael Soul barrels his way in for the touchdown and a 7-0 lead. That drive nearly took up half of that entire opening quarter. Health Sciences needing to respond after the defenses had a few stops. It was finally Kayvon Pitts breaking free 50 yards on that play. Then he'd take it in from 11 yards out. Cash in for the touchdown. Failed on the 2-point conversion, so a 7-6 lead for Grand Island. Final seconds of the opening half, Grand Island forces a turnover on defense. Martin recovers the fumble, and then 17 seconds to play. Here's the bomb, 40 yards, Neville into the end zone, touchdown, and what was a 1-point lead becomes an 8-point lead in the blink of an eye for Grand Island. It was the explosive plays, not of the Falcons, but of the Vikings at the end of the half. That results in a 14-6 lead. Second half coming your way. You're watching the Law Office of William Mattar's Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Vinyl Outlets. We start this second half. Health Sciences getting the football, trailing by 8 stunningly at the end of the first half. Grand Island gets a turnover deep inside Falcons territory, cashes in on a 40-yard touchdown pass. So Grand Island up 14-6. Both teams competing for a Class B1 division title here. Health Sciences in the driver's seat, unbeaten 4-0, but if Health Sciences falls tonight to Grand Island, all three teams, Williamsville South in that mix as well, and 4-1, and then you go to the tiebreakers for seeding in the postseason, so you could have three co-champions at the end of the night. A ton at stake as we have a Costanzo's kickoff brought to you by Costanzo's Bakery. Pickering boots it away. Should be a really entertaining second half here from Grand Island, and right away, Health Sciences looking for the explosive play and a great return out to the 45-yard line by Samaj Summerhour. And once again, Health Sciences, excellent field position to start this possession.
Yeah, this is a big drive for Health Sciences. They made a good return right there, got good field position. They got to come right down the field, take care of minimize mistakes, take care of the ball, and try to tie this game up.
There's no question they have athletes all over the field.
You go totally. Yeah, big time. So what they got to do is got to get Grand Island in space. I don't think running in the middle with all those guys over there that the D-line that Grand Island has, they got to get to the ball to the edge.
And you can see not only that D-line, but they bring those linebackers. You start to line those outside linebackers up at the line of scrimmage. Right now, they have 8 men in the box crowding that line. Pitts gets the football to start the half, and he's dropped. Ball came out for a moment on that play. He's met immediately by Mike Soul in the hole.
And Anthony Vaccaro, he's a force. They're going to have to double team him because I don't think we can block him one-on-one. He uses his hands, comes off the ball real well, and come up, make the play.
Yeah, he along with Soul make that tackle. Then you have a guy like number 21 filling the gap. Said the ball popped out. Soul's the man who did punch it out.
Yep. Soul popped out, and Vaccaro's right there. Soul came back at the ball. Good job getting the ball, because that would have been a huge mistake right there.
Exchanges were a problem in that opening half for Health Sciences. Clean exchange this time, but nowhere to go. That front, and again, look who's in there. 21 Soul, 24 Brisky in on the tackle, no gain, and just like that, a 3rd down and 10, 60 seconds into the half.
So Jordan Oliver's going to have to make a play right here. I'm sure Coach talked to him. Let's see if he can settle his feet, make a throw, and move the chains for the Falcons.
There's Brisky, the junior linebacker, who's taken on a bigger role tonight. Soul banged up in that opening half. Great to see him back out there and flying on the football field. So you talk about big play here for Jordan Oliver. Let's see if those halftime adjustments and the lesson from his head coach.
I think they're going to have to throw a screen pass, something to get the kids' confidence back so Oliver can get back into a flow. I'm looking for something short, get half the yardage back, give himself a manageable 4th down.
From the 45. Officially a 3rd and 9. Long time before the snap. Good protection for Oliver, who goes downfield. Neville hand fighting downfield, and the flag does come in as he battles with Summerhour. And it looks like this will be the second big pass interference penalty against John Neville tonight.
It was a good call. It was good coverage. Just got a little push at the end. I think that's what they got him on. And boy, they have confidence in Jordan Oliver. They go deep with him.
And it is going against Grand Island. And that Grand Island sideline was not happy on the play. Frank, what do you think of this here?
So it was good coverage. He squeezed him. Ooh, that looked to me, that was like really good coverage. And the receiver fell down, and sometimes when they see that happen, they give the advantage to the offense. But I think that was good coverage. Great coverage. We teach the guys to squeeze the ball, squeeze the man. There was no holding there. There was no push. That was a good defensive play.
And unfortunately, couldn't hear from Ken Eddings right now, but it was a pass interference call. It's 15 yards and a 1st down. And what a big call that is.
Yeah, to throw him deep, and now they get back into power eye. But throw it deep shows confidence in him. I think the kid appreciated that as well.
So Grand Island had that stop. A call goes against Grand Island. And now Health Sciences with second life on this drive, and Alante Green looks to pick his way. Navigates for 4, takes the ball to the 40 or to the 35-yard line.
Good leadership by number 71, Alejandro Perez. There was a little jabbing going back and forth with talk, and he pulled him away from the line and don't need another penalty. Good job, good leadership there.
Yeah, he was our scholar athlete for Grand Island tonight, and pretty impressive resume when you start to look at what he's accomplished on the field and away from the football field throughout his high school career. Officially 4 yards, it's a 2nd down and 7. And they're not afraid to use Green in that backfield, as well as Kevin Guy. Flag flies as he's dragged down by Anthony Vaccaro. We'll have to check on penalty marker again. It is going against Health Sciences.
And that's not going to make Ty Parker happy. He wants to minimize mistakes. They get the ball, they get a break on the penalty over here. Now they get 2nd down and 6, and now they're going to be back to 2nd down and 16. Big mistake. I'm surprised I didn't get the ball to Brandon Michael a little bit more. He's an explosive player. They got him on the edge once or twice, but I think they got to get to the edge. I think Grand Island's just too tough in the middle.
Yeah, it is holding against the offense here. And part of that could be, you know, he's on the end, some of those open receivers. He's one of those guys that Oliver hasn't been able to hit so far in the game.
Right, exactly. They haven't get him. So I get him the ball on like a little toss sweep, little jet sweep.
Oliver with weapons like Pitts and Guy. We saw Alante Green with a carry on this drive. Summerhour has drawn a couple of penalties downfield. And then, of course, Michael, that you talked about.
He's a tailback right now, so I think they're going to get him the ball. And it might be a toss sweep to the right side.
Once again, Grand Island loads the box. Instead, just a direct handoff. Trying to drive his legs, picks up 3, but it'll be 3rd and long.
Another good run. I mean, there's just stuff in the middle, but he kept his feet moving, and they ran the ice out to the side. So now we got 2nd and about 13.
Actually, be a 3rd down and 13 here.
Oh, my bad. Yep. 3rd down and 13. I
was trying to help, you know, first time work together.
I looked at the sticks. The sticks were a little late on me. My bad. I was looking at the sticks, and
I'm trying to not point out your mistake. I'm trying to let you correct it.
My bad.
I'm going like I have 3 fingers right in front of you.
I was reading the stick, and the stick still said 2nd. My bad. You know, I apologize. Thank you, Brian.
You know, Scott and I, we're on the same page when we get to week 7, week 8. Frank, I think if
3rd
we did
down and 13.
Okay, I think if we did it all year long, we'd be on the same page as well. Big opportunity for Oliver. Takes a shot downfield again and incomplete. Just overthrows his intended target. There is Michael, but unable to hit him down the sideline. 4th and 13. And
Mark Nash did a great job there because in high school football, you could jam until the ball's in the air. So the receiver did like a hitch and go. And on the hitch, he jammed him, knocked him off his route, threw off the timing, and it was incomplete. Great job, Mark Nash.
Summerhour and Michael go off the field. Punting unit comes on for Health Sciences.
Yeah, so it's 4th and 13, and they're going to punt the ball off to the Grand Island Vikings.
I don't think Ty Parker is happy with that opening drive. You can see him kind of standing there bundled up on the sideline. Temperatures dipping down into the upper 30s now here at Grand Island. And the ball does take a Falcons bounce down to the 25-yard line, and that's where the Vikings will take over with an 8-point lead. If they win this game by 13 or more, they'll be the #1 seed, and the champs of Class B1, they'll have the top seed out of the 3 teams tied. We'll see if they can add to this 8-point lead. When we return, you're watching the Law Office of William Mattar's Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Vinyl Outlets. Tonight's closed captioning is exclusively brought to you by Babsha's Pierogi. Frank, one thing you will learn here on the broadcast is a lot of food sponsors. So you leave the booth at the end of the night a little bit hungry.
Oh, yeah. I might be going over and getting some Babsha's Pierogies. I love a little pierogi.
Can't beat that. Under 8 minutes to play here, 3rd quarter. And the Grand Island defense has really been a story here tonight. It's a defense that's held opponents to less than 17 points per game this season, typically living in the backfield, and last week held Williamsville East to just 78 total yards, and with the exception of 1 or 2 big plays tonight for that Falcons offense, it's been all Vikings.
Yeah, there's not much space in there to move, and they're doing a great job of flying to the football, and they're getting pressure on the quarterback.
Court had that 40-yard touchdown pass to conclude the opening half. Michael Soul right up the gut, and Soul picks up a dozen yards and a first down, brought to you by Interstate Batteries. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable.
This is a great job by the offensive line. Look at that guard. Kicks out the hole and runs up the middle, and big gain, first down.
That's one of the keys to tonight's game. You talked about it pregame, Frank, to be physical. And Soul averaging more than 6 yards per carry this year. Already has his 9th touchdown of the season tonight. A lot of credit to those veteran guys up front. Matthew Martin, the senior guard, 53's had a big night. The center, the junior Owen Rossetti's had a big night as well, paving the way for Soule, who spins out across the 40-yard line, 5 yards, and once again staying on schedule. So big for this offense.
Looks like Soule's okay, but it looks like right now we got big Anthony Vaccaro down on the play. So I hope the boy's all right, but he's been a force on both sides of the ball.
Well, the way he popped up looked to be okay, but you can see the medical staff a little bit cautious now as he goes back down and reaching at that right knee, and a look of disbelief and frustration for Vaccaro. That is tough to see. An excellent player, as you said, a two-way player.
He's just a beast on both sides of the ball. He looks like he's the leader of the group in the trenches, and I hope the boy's okay.
So he's a big part of paving the way tonight for Michael Soule, who's had a big night for this Vikings offense. We talked about him at the top of the broadcast, a threat in the rushing attack and through the air, and he's just so hard to bring down on first contact.
Yeah, he is. He runs hard. He keeps his feet moving, and it's no wonder he has 771 yards, 8 touchdowns, rushing, and 364 yards in total offense. He's a beast.
And it's that he always falls forward, too. That's something his coach, Dean Santorio, told us here. He needed to fall forward to get into the end zone on a 4th and goal for the first score of the game. But it's that north-south running. When he hits a hole, he hits that hole hard.
Yeah, he does. He puts his foot in the ground and runs north-south, and that's the key. Running east-west doesn't get you any yardage. Going north-south, run right at him. It's tough to attack you when you run right at him.
Nucci, one of the lead blockers. And a hider comes in motion. Go back to Soule off the right side, and a huge haul for Soule. And he takes it right through the soul of that defense inside the 44.
He put that in another gear, Brian. He put his foot down, went to another gear. Great kick out block right here. Boom. We got 53. I think he just came in for Vaccaro and did a great job opening up the hole, and Soule did the rest.
Yeah, Perez was coming off the end. There was no one to block. Soule recognizing another first down. They actually do spot it at the 44-yard line, and that first down brought to you by Interstate Batteries and into Falcons territory, and a time-consuming drive this now is for Grand Island. Very much resembles their drive to start the opening half, where they ended up scoring with Soule taking it in from 4 yards out, and again galloping through the defense. 12 more yards and another first down, brought to you by Interstate Batteries.
Offensive line is opening up great holes, great kick-out blocks. They're head to the hole. As you can see right here, we get a pull by Nucci, actually. Nucci came up, led block. He was actually the kick out. Soule felt red behind him, and first down.
Man, he is so tough to bring. Again, first contact can't bring him down. They're riding the hot hand right now of Mike Soule. Had a big game last week, 133 yards. One element of the rushing attack for Grand Island tonight we have not seen yet. Really, Nick Court, who came into this game with more than 300 rushing yards, picks up 3 just to keep that defense off balance a little bit. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
That was a little Green Bay sweep. Nick Court to the outside, loaded up the left side. Lead block by Nucci. 2nd down and 7.
Dean Santorio, the head coach of the Vikings, does call their offense, and he talked about keys before the game. This is their ideal type of drive that they're putting together right now.
And Nick Alex Petromica is doing a great job at right guard. He seems to be making a lot of line calls. He's low center of gravity, making good blocks. Big play there by Health Sciences.
Yeah, I think you just applied, welcome to broadcasting. You just applied the broadcasting curse on that offensive line. Joseph Holman makes the tackle. By the way, great to see 66 Vaccaro back in there
that's
at
good
left
to
tackle. Yeah, welcome to broadcasting. As soon as you're saying really good things about one unit, something just blows up in your face.
That's why we want to say the perfect kicker is perfect right now. Because it could come down to the end.
Well, that's a big play by Holman. They needed a negative play for Health Sciences with all the momentum on the other side. And the junior defensive end with his 3rd tackle for loss this season.
Now it looks like we're going to have to go to a throwing down, so Nick Court's going to have to step back and make a good throw, or they could come back to that draw play, but by formation, it looks like a pass right here.
Nucci in to provide extra protection. Have the tight end Aiden Galligan in the play. About to motion Neville into the backfield.
Ball. Delay a game. Offense.
Brian, that's like the third delay game. They seem like real quick on the delay games here. They don't have a play clock at the end, but those seem really, really quick.
Uncharacteristic, too, at this late in the season. 4:09 to play, 3rd quarter.
the quarterback's just got to watch the hands. When he starts chopping like this, he's got to get that play off. Same formation. Last time they motioned Soul into the backfield. Looks like they're going to do the same thing here.
And another flag this time right at the line of scrimmage. You feel the temperature just plummeting here. A chilly night makes it even harder to throw the football.
Dead ball. We have a sideline warning on Grand Island. There's no yardage. This is a warning.
Ken Eddings and his crew have done a nice job here tonight. It's senior night for Grand Island, leading this game by 8, but obviously the margin of victory, should they hold on, is imperative. Need to win this game by 13 or more to be the top seed out of Class B1 and be one of the top 3 seeds as you go into playoffs next weekend. Neville in motion, Court, another deep ball. And
right on the money.
Oh, what a catch by Kozlowski! A fingertip grab! Down at the 13-yard line!
Coach Santorio's got to be very happy with that throw from Nick Court. When they need to make those passes, he's putting it right where he needs to.
It's another moon ball, and this time Kozlowski reels it in.
And here we go again, another Russell Wilson type of pass. Let his receiver make a play, and what a fingertip grab, and what a great job by our awesome camera crew picking up that catch. Outstanding. Look at the angles we got here. What a catch off his fingertips. You couldn't ask for anything better.
I'm not sure how he makes that catch.
Nick Court has come to play. He has come to play tonight.
He is stretching the field, and that takes us down inside the Just Pizza delivery zone. As you saw, another Interstate Batteries first down, and that's on a 3rd and long for this run-heavy offense. Court keeps it himself, and Court stopped for a short gain.
Health Sciences knows they have to keep them off the board here, because that puts that 14-point deficit in jeopardy, because they have that unbelievable kicker. It's going to, if they score, it'd be 21, it'd be a 15-point game if they could get the extra point. So Health Sciences needs to buckle up and keep them out of the end zone. On the other hand, they got a kicker that could make a field goal, so if they could stop him, Dean Santorio's going to have a decision to make. Do we go for the 3 or do we go for the touchdown here?
Yeah, this is a critical spot in this game, especially the way we've seen a couple of times tonight Grand Island really milk the clock with just sustained drives. This is just their first possession of this second half. Swings it out to Nucci. Dominic Nucci with a stiff arm. Stays on his feet. 3 players and 4 finally drive him out of bounds inside the 5. It is not a goal-to-go situation. Still could pick up a first down around the 2.
Dean Santorio is amazing at setting up screen passes. Always has. And if you look here, they drop back. They're expecting a pass. Good patience. Throws it out to Nucci. No one around him. Get a stiff arm. And down to the 1-yard line, or 3-yard line. It's going to be close, so it's 3rd and 2.
How about that effort?
Yeah, the kid refuses to go down. Look, it took 5 tacklers to get Nucci down.
6 foot, 230, and he is just a wrecking ball when he has the football.
And they use him every way possible. He does a great job of using them in different ways.
It seems like a situation to go right back to number 28 right here. Instead, a toss to Soul. A play that scored a touchdown earlier.
Great.
What a tackle made by Alante Green.
Alante Green, he's the best open field tackler that I've seen all year long. That kid comes up, as you can see here, we get the toss sweep. Alante Green, look at it, beats the block, comes out and moves his feet. And it's always backwards. There's no forward gain when he makes a tackle.
All right, there is a penalty on the play first.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. It's still 3rd down.
Interesting decision right there by Health Sciences and Ty Parker, because you had him in a 4th and 4, but instead you're going to back them up and they'll get another opportunity at a 3rd down, so a crack at a 3rd and 12.
And I think he might be thinking they do have a good kicker, so if we stop him here, let's force a longer field goal.
So my thought, though, then, if you're Grand Island, knowing you need to win this by 2 touchdowns, are you looking for a touchdown, or are you playing to win, or are you playing with the margin?
That could play into what his thinking is, especially at this time of the year in playoff situations.
It really is crazy.
Like
this is a trick play. Neville's going to throw it back to the quarterback. Court's got it. They score!
Brian, you said it most. Dean Santorio was not thinking field goal. He was thinking touchdown. He came out of the play, reached back and deep in his playbook, threw a perfect option pass back to the quarterback to go up possibly 15. What a call. And look at the energy. Look at the energy from this quarterback. He is raising the whole sidelines right up.
So it's a 14-point Grand Island lead, and that would be the margin that they need to be the top seed coming out of Class B1. And of the 3 teams that would be tied at the end of the night. What a play. You saw him playing a little peekaboo there at the camera in his celebration. He snuck free the point after. Hold your breath. It is good. And it is a 15-point lead for Grand Island. 21-6 on their senior night at home. Neville with the pitch and catch to the quarterback, Nick Court, for the touchdown. You're watching the Law Office of William Mattar's Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Vinyl Outlet. A little trick or treat a little early there. How about that?
Let's go. What a...
Welcome back. A couple of big plays through the air for Grand Island tonight. Obviously, Court with the touchdown pass at the end of the opening half, 40 yards to Neville. And then, you know, the reverse of that there, the trick play. Neville throwing the touchdown pass back to Court. You also had the huge catch on a 3rd and 16 on that drive by Andrew Kozlowski going downfield and making a fingertip grab. And Grand Island with its explosive plays with a 21-6 lead, and they've complemented a really good running game from Mike Soule tonight with those pass plays, and that's a big reason they're up 15, the margin they need to be the top seed coming out of Class B1.
Coach Santorio said that Nick Court has struggled a couple of times in big plays and big games, but obviously they've been working on it, and the kid's stepping up big time tonight.
And now Costanzo's kickoff, brought to you by Costanzo's Bakery after a Firth Jewelers touchdown. There was a personal foul penalty against Grand Island after the point after. The point after did sneak across the crossbar. So this kickoff back all the way up to the 25-yard line. Should be excellent field position again for Health Sciences. Pitts the deep man, one of 2 deep men on the play.
Good kick.
It will be Summerall from his 30-yard line. Tries to swing it to the outside. And Summerall stays on his feet and then is wrestled down, but there is a flag back inside Health Sciences territory. Alex Martin, the Martin twins have had a good night here, brings him down, but again, looks like it's coming back.
Another, another penalty which could be crucial here. You get a chance to pin them, pin them back on the kickoff to the 25-yard line, get a chance for good field position, and then you create your own penalty, which is not going to be good. Ty Parker's not going to be happy. Looks like it's going to put him back to about the 40-yard line.
Blocking the back, and it's going against Health Sciences.
Looks like it's going to be a 25-yard penalty between where the spot of the foul was and where they ended up with the run. This is going to be a big penalty.
Yeah, everything Ty Parker said he wanted to see in this half, it has not played out from what we heard from him when they came out of the locker room.
So now we need some poise from Jordan Oliver.
Return, illegal block in the back, return team. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, it's first down.
A team with championship pedigree, and they need to show that championship pedigree right now.
Right now, we need to rely on their leadership. Brandon Michael, Kevin Guy, Kevon Pitts, Arian Stevens. They need to pick up this team and let this offensive line create some holes and make some big plays here.
10 wins last year, only 2 losses this year at Clarence, 28-20 to start the month, and then 17-18 in week number 1. Kevon Pitts looks to get to the edge, chased out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Again, run down by Alex Martin on the play.
And Michael Soule came up and forced that play wider and out of bounds for a 2-yard gain. So Grand Island, even though the speed of Health Sciences is unbelievable, Grand Island's flying to the football and get them no alleys to run.
Yeah, I think they've done a nice job matching that speed tonight, Frank. And it takes me back to something we talked about in the opening quarter, probably at the top of the broadcast, in fact. Health Sciences played on Saturday. This is a quick turnaround.
Yeah, it is a quick turnaround in such a big game, and on a Thursday night, You know, they got to get their legs here, and they just got to make some plays here, get a couple of first downs, get back in momentum.
I know they're teenagers, so they recover a little quicker than you and I.
Yeah, definitely. That's for sure.
Here's Kayvon Pitts, and Pitts stays on his feet. Now it's Pitts earning the hard yards between the tackles, and he takes it to the 45-yard line. That's a big pickup there. Make it 3rd and manageable.
It's a good run. He gets the ball in there, fights up the middle. Watch his feet. He drives his feet, keeps them moving from 1 yard to 2 yards to 3 yards up to 5, which gives him a better chance on 3rd down. And again, he came off injuries early in the year, and coach said he's getting stronger and stronger each week. That's a great run.
And it was Soule bringing him down on the play, and Soule, a guy that's used to running just like that.
Yeah, Soule has done everything here in the second half. The kid came off an injury, and he's come back, and right now he's playing outstanding football. So we got a big 3rd and 5 here.
Could be the final play of this 3rd quarter as well, Frank.
We have 1-on-1 up there with Brandon Michael. Backside post. There he is.
And throws over the middle. Michael goes down. Did he make that catch?
Yes, he
incomplete.
caught the ball.
No, he didn't. They're
Ooh,
saying incomplete. There is a flag in the backfield too, Frank. And this defense trying to come up with a stop here. And maybe could be tonight's final outlet play of the game.
Looked like he caught the football. We'll see.
Yeah, there's a lot to sort out here. Did he catch it? Did he not? There's a flag in the backfield. Might be holding as the quarterback, Jordan Oliver, was under pressure. We're going to take another look after we hear from Ken Eddings, our referee.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic 1st down.
So it's an incomplete pass, but roughing the passer and a huge penalty against Grand Island extends this Falcons drive again. We're seeing here if he caught the football. Great effort. Nope, right there. Did hit off the turf. That's a great call.
Man, these guys are doing a great job on these calls. That's 2 calls by the officials that were spot on. And what a big penalty for Grand Island, against Grand Island, I mean. And 1st down on the 40 for Health Sciences.
And that 1st down brought to you could be our last Interstate Batteries 1st down of the night here in this 3rd quarter. 12 seconds left. Maybe this will be the final play of the 3rd. But that's a few big penalties against Grand Island defensively when they've had a chance to get off the field tonight. Here's Michael. He makes the catch, and he's got some blocks. Michael spins, stays on his feet, and Michael leaning down to the 31-yard line. Picks up 8.5, and that takes us to the end of the 3rd quarter. It's a 15-point lead, 21-6. Grand Island in front in a game they need, in a game they need to win by 2 scores, and by 14 points or more here. Up 15 going into the 4th quarter, but Health Sciences is on the move. Don't go away. You're watching the Law Office of William Mattars. Thursday Night Lights presented by the Vinyl Outlets. We head to the 4th quarter here, and Grand Island up 21-6. They're trying to catch Health Sciences. They have a 15-point lead. You can have 3 co-champs of Class B1 at the end of the night in the division. Then you go to tiebreaker and you go to point differential. Who would get the top seed out of the class for the postseason? Grand Island needs to win this game by a wide margin. They need to win it by a 2-touchdown margin tonight. to have that top overall seed. Right now, that is where they are. They're up 21-6 as we start this fourth quarter. Health Sciences 5-2 overall, 4-0 in the league. They've been rolling all year. A couple of dominating wins coming into this. They're on the move, but down big here to start this fourth quarter.
Brandon Michael she has to go to the house every time, and he just hobbled off the field. He's not in the game right now, so that's a big. You got to keep an eye on that one.
And they're going to the air even without Michael. Oliver on the run. He's going to use his legs, dart to the outside, scamper down the sideline, stay in bounds. He walks the tightrope inside the Just Pizza delivery zone. It's a first down. Ends up picking up 14 yards on the play.
Sometimes quarterbacks get in a rhythm. Brandon Michael's come back in. That's good to see. But sometimes quarterbacks get in a rhythm with their feet, like kind of like Lamar Jackson. So that might get Oliver back into the flow here, because he's going to have to make a throw or two, I think, to come back in this game.
The Falcons' best plays tonight have been when they get to the edge. That first down brought to you by Express Windows, now installing windows as low as $329 within 5 to 6 weeks.
And it seems like they get their better plays off the right side, but here's off the left.
And it's Pitts up the middle, down inside the 5.
Great run. Great run. Watch the kick-out block. Grand Island defensive lineman came up the field. We get a kick-out block, and he runs right up the middle.
Yeah, and they use that tempo here, trailing by 2 scores. First down and goal. Nash made the touchdown-saving tackle, at least for the moment. See if they go right back to Pitts. And some confusion in the backfield on the exchange again. Vaccaro in, he makes the tackle. They wrestle for the football. Kozlowski comes out of there with the pigskin. And now Pitts is reaching at his left ankle. And this is disaster for Health Sciences. Obviously, you want to win the game, you want seeding, but you're going to the playoffs. You need to be healthy at the end of the night.
There's 3 or 4 plays here that are really big plays, you know, and they're trying to go quick, and they're having a problem with the exchange. They got to get that exchange smoother, which is going to set up those plays and get the blocking and the timing much better. That's twice that's happened on a big play. Hopefully this boy's okay.
Yeah, it does not look good right now as he is writhing in pain just inside the 15-yard line. 21-6 the score. Grand Island in front as the medical staff quickly comes out to check on Pitts.
He had an injury early in the year, and hopefully it's not a reoccurring injury, and hopefully he's okay.
Comes to start this fourth quarter with Grand Island leading 21-6 and Health Sciences knocking on the door. Opportunity for both teams to reset. Let's take another look here. You have Vaccaro going down near his ankle, and that's the worst thing. That's the worst thing, Frank, when a player rolls up on an ankle like that.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Chris Godwin from Tampa Bay when he gets rolled up on like that. That's tough. That's tough because the weight of Vaccaro here. Oh, he's walking off the field very good, though. I like to see this, moving well. Hopefully he can come back in the game and help this Health Sciences team put it in the end zone.
I mean, from what we just saw and how he reacted to now being able to do that and walk off the field on his own power, credit to that, the grit and the toughness of that young man right there.
Yeah, that tells you right there everything he's about. He could probably refuse to leave this field. And he's a huge part of this team.
Second and goal is dropped because of the confusion on the exchange. Dropped for a loss. Michael now lines up in the backfield with Pitts going out. So by necessity, maybe getting him more touches. And he's got it. And he stays on his feet. And he lunges. There's a flag at the goal line. He's in. But wants to check on the marker.
That's the Brandon Michael we know and see. He like you said, he's a force to score any time he touches the football. I would get him 10 or 12 more carries.
And this is a big call right at the goal line as he hurdled his way into the end zone. It's holding. And Grand Island is going to watch as Health Sciences, it looked like made it a 1-score game, but now goes in reverse and another big penalty. Both teams have had some crucial penalties, and the Falcons with a much longer goal-to-go situation.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's still second down.
It seems like the penalties, the mistakes that the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, as he comes through, he held him, had no chance to go. It's a good call. Great call by the officials again. Unfortunately, it moves Health Sciences back, and it's second down and goal.
Goal to go, back to Michael, back to the right, and he is drilled out of bounds. Does pick up positive yards, lost his helmet on the play. Dominic Nucci.
He's going to have to come out for a play, and Nucci coming off, and he is just, again, a force on both sides of the ball. Yep, escapes the tackle. Nucci squares up, makes a clean tackle, he bent down and his arm got caught in the helmet. Nothing bad. There was a clean play, good tackle.
You can see Dante Pruitt, number 15, held up on that play because he didn't want to commit another holding penalty.
Yes, that's another one too. He held up, and there was a guy on the sidelines from Grand Island didn't give him a second hit because he saw his helmet off, which is another great play.
So 3rd and goal from the 8. A decent little pickup there. 4-down territory here in a 15-point game early in the 4th quarter. Back to the ground, Kevin Guy, head over heels, down he goes, back at the 10-yard line.
Alejandro Perez, our scholar athlete, making a great play on a 3rd and long. So here we go, we got a 4th down, watch this replay. 71, uses his hands, gets off the block, comes down, and makes a great form tackle, gives him a 4th down and goal from the 10. And they don't have a kicker because that could make a difference in the point differential here. If they had a kicker, could knock it down to 12 or 13. So they got to go for it and see what happens.
Under 10 to play in the 4th quarter. If they want a chance, I think they're saying we want to win the football game. This is goal to go from the 11-yard line, and it feels like a must-have for Health Sciences offensively.
Keep an eye on Brandon Michael on the outside in the slot here.
Yeah, he's lined up left side in the slot. 4 receivers in the game for Jordan Oliver. And it took a long time to get the snap off.
Dead ball, delay a game, offense.
That's the 3rd delay of game.
5-yard penalty, it's still 4th down.
Against the Falcons tonight, and that backs him up to the 16.
Usually I have a feel for the play clock. That seems really quick tonight, but I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm up here in the booth, not on the sidelines, but that's what with the 3rd or 4th delay game.
You could feel that one. It just felt like it took them an eternity to come up with a decision. And this is Oliver, and he's a junior. Mistakes tonight.
Again, he's got to watch that. He's got to arrest the referee. He's chopping. When they start chopping, he's got to get the snap off.
So 4th and goal from the 16. Where do they go? And Oliver's looking one way, and it is caught and into the end zone. Michael, he's got a touchdown. It was Michael right off the bat. They know that they're going to number 3 on the play.
He's an unbelievable player. He refuses to go down. He's a big play player. And what good protection. They give him all the time in the world. He stepped into his throw that time. He stepped into his throw right to him. Brandon Michael secures it for a touchdown.
And that was one of the things tonight. He hadn't been stepping into his throws. And look, I think as a defense, as an offense, you know where that ball is going because Oliver never looked at anyone else on that pass.
No, and the line gave him great protection where he was able to step in. Now this is a big 2 here.
And this to make it a 1-score game. Right now a 9-point deficit. Heaved over the middle, it's incomplete. It's knocked away. So it's still a 9-point game. Grand Island up by 2 scores with 9:23 to go in the 4th quarter. Those conversion plays, sneaky, huge plays in this game tonight. Grand Island up 9. They need to expand that lead if they want to be the top seed out of Class B1. They'll get the ball as we continue here in the 4th. So 4th and goal from the 16-yard line, and Health Sciences with the touchdown pass to Brandon Michael. Big-time player making a big play to make this a 9-point game. But still a 2-score game because they missed the 2-point conversion. Now, on that drive, you look at number 1 right there. Obviously, Kayvon Pitts, a big part of their offense. He's been able to walk it off. He's been jogging on the sidelines after he went down with an ankle injury. That is great to see.
Yeah, that's good to see. It looks like he's going to be back in the game. And if I was Health Sciences, I'd get the Brandon Michael the ball 12 or 13 more times because he could go to the touchdown every time he touches it. Big answer. Big drive here for Grand Island.
But still, Frank, it's still a 9-point game because they weren't able to cash in with the 2-point try. Costanzo's kickoff that's handled by Jonathan Neville. Neville swings to his right. Neville drop before he gets to the 30-yard line. Good open field tackle by Lamar Rivera.
We got a flag on the play.
It's been a common theme here in the second half.
It looks like every other play's been a flag here in the second half.
So many different moving parts here to this game. Obviously, you have the score. It's a 2-score game, but it's not big enough 2-score lead right now for Grand Island. This is a very interesting possession upcoming.
Ooh, targeting. Legal hit with the head. It looks like it.
Didn't appear to come on the tackle by Rivera.
No, looked like a clean tackle.
Personal foul, illegal helmet contact, 15-yard penalty for the end of the run. It's first down.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we were able to catch that because I think it came away from the football.
Wow.
If our crew got this one, well, maybe it was Rivera. Oh, yeah.
No, I don't agree with that call. His helmet was up. He saw what he was hitting. That's a good tackle. That's a good tackle. It's unfortunate because the kid came in.
Player today, though, drops the head, right?
But it was his face mask was seeing what he hit. So if his face mask is not the problem, it's the top of your head.
So you disagree with that one?
I disagree with that call completely.
Here is Mike Soul. Oh, he is such a dangerous runner. He protects the football, leans forward 9 yards. And when you have a guy that just can consistently give you 5+ yards on first down, it takes a lot of pressure off your offense.
Yeah, your offensive line is making a hole. It doesn't have to be a big hole for him because when he gets a little crease, he accelerates through. His first 2 steps are right through, and he's at 5-6 yards downfield. Tough to stop.
So Grand Island with the football. Under 9 to play, fourth quarter. Clock really quickly becoming the enemy of health sciences. Both teams have 3 timeouts.
And don't forget he's getting a lead block from Nucci every time, too.
On a 2nd and 1, they go back to Soul. Gets a block from Nucci. Cuts up field, picks up a first down. Brought to you by the Express Windows. And following that block by his fullback once again. And these two
run really well together. You could tell they've been playing a while. He read that block. He timed it up perfect like he was going to take it to the edge. Nucci gets a kick-out block. Soul comes up underneath. First down. Textbook.
And they've earned their post-game meal tonight. And don't forget the brick oven providing our crew with our food here tonight. At 2451 Grand Island Boulevard, 716-773-4445. Brick Oven, terrific food before the game, and maybe that's where that tandem needs to head after the game tonight for a well-earned Thursday night meal. Back to Soul, and Soul, I'm not sure how. He tried to break free, and great job by Michael just to hang on for dear life. Drags him down literally after a 3-yard pickup.
Having a kid like Nucci's having 6 linemen on the field because he's that lead blocker, but not only that, he can carry the ball. So he's the core of this offense. I mean, he blocks, he runs, he's a leader, and then Soul's just running like a madman.
You know, in today's football, you're just looking at spread formation, air raid, and all this read option stuff. What's a good fullback do? What makes him so good?
I love this because he could run and he could block. Look at him right there, kick out, boom. He's right again. He got the kick out block on the edge. Quarterback ran up in the middle. It's having a 6 lineman out there.
Yeah, lined up as the wing that time. 6 yards for the quarterback court, and it sets up a 3rd and short.
I think the best offense to run in any level is a tight end and a fullback, and you're seeing it here tonight.
Why?
Because nowadays everybody's running spread, so the linebackers are not accustomed to taking on lead blocks all the time. So now you come back with a fullback that's coming through the hole hard, and the linebackers aren't adapted at taking on lead blockers because it's such a spread offensive game nowadays.
I would love to have you and Scott in the booth at the same time just talk about playing the trenches for 60 minutes. Oh, what a stop in the backfield as Court tried to keep it himself, and that blows up on the play. Moy comes flying through.
Moy and Holman, they got through off their blocks and boom.
Untouched. And no one picked up Moy, who's lined up as a down lineman on the play.
Yeah, unbelievable. Look at that. He barely got the handoff. That's a play they needed on defense. So now it's 4th down. And what do we do here? Let's see. Oh, he's going for it.
I was surprised that, I was caught off guard that it was Moy because it was like a blitzer coming through the gap. Right. No one picked them up at the line of scrimmage.
They missed an assignment on that one there. So now we got 4th and 4. It looks like Court's going to have to make a play here. And he's done it all night. Let's see if he can make another one.
Must get to the 32 for a first down, but first, there's a flag for another delay of game.
Dead ball. delay a game offense. 5-yard
And it's in
penalty.
these
It's
critical
still 4th down.
situations. Another critical situation penalty. That I agree with you that time, Frank. That felt fast.
I've coached 7 or 8 games already, and I've scouted like 30 of 40 of them, right? I have never seen 4 delay games in 3 quarters, in just over 3 quarters.
I think you're I think it's more than 4 at this point.
Yeah, I think it might be 6. I have not seen this.
And that completely changes the dynamic
And I
here.
watched the chop. I didn't see the chop. I'm going to keep an eye on it for the rest of the game here.
Instead, you can tell Dean Santorio, instead of a 4th and 5, and you really have the full playbook at your disposal, now a 4th and 10, and the offense comes off, and they'll punt the ball away.
And they're going to punt it to Brandon Michael.
If they get it off, and Gallagher just
watch out
does. And it is Michael. He's just hanging on to that football. Neville hits him. Michael stays on his feet. He packs a punch at his side.
It took 5 guys to get him down. He refuses to go down.
So good punt though by Aiden Gallagher, and they'll start from inside the 20-yard line. Look at the clock. Only 5:39 left for Health Sciences, trailing by 9. They need 2 scores. And the other side, Grand Island's thinking we just missed a big opportunity to go back up by that margin we need to get out of a 3 seed.
There's a lot going on here. You want to win the game, but you also want to get that extra seed. So there's a lot going on. It's going to change some of the play calls here.
Yeah, Grand Island, you'd think typically protecting a 9-point lead, you're pretty happy here at home on senior night under 6 minutes to play. But they need to find a way to get the football back, and that will certainly impact the way Dean
because it could be a
Santorio
3rd
manages
seed or a
it.
7th seed. This is huge as far as playoff implications.
Yeah, when you say a 3rd seed, that is 3rd overall, winning Class B1. They end up as one of the top 3 teams.
Right. If they win the division, they're one of the top 3 teams, which will have a home game. If they don't win this game, or not by the proper amount of points, they would go down to 7. They'd have to play on the road against Lackawanna or Pioneer. I don't think anybody wants that matchup.
No, because out of the 3 teams, Health Sciences, Williamsville South, and Grand Island, all finishing 4-1. Even if they win, they would finish last in the tiebreaker. High pass is caught by Summerhour. He stays on his feet, and he scampers out to the 28-yard line.
Again, Jordan Alver setting his foot down, following through with his pass, throwing a great ball, and what a great catch by this receiver. Goes up and get it. Look at this catch. Goes up and gets it in traffic. Jordan Alver has come to play in the second half. Coach Ty Parker must have had a great talk with him because he's throwing the ball much better this half.
That's an Express Windows first down. Tonight's closed captioning exclusively brought to you by Babsha's Pierogi. We appreciate all of their great work throughout the season and for helping as a partner on our broadcasts.
Do we have a flag on that play?
Yeah, it's against
Looks
Grand
like it
Island.
might have been roughing the passer.
Either that or a face mask call.
Yeah.
It looks like they picked it up back in the backfield. It was a really late flag. I mean,
yeah.
Both teams are getting lined up ready for the next snap that takes it all the way out to the 44.
Get it right now.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Neither of us got it.
No.
So it did happen away from the ball after the play.
The official went, a little talk, I think a little chirping going on. He gave a little chirp sign, so.
Yeah,
Grand Island's got to just buckle down, not make any mistakes, make them go the field here.
So that happened, and that was something they were warned about before the game. Oliver needs to go downfield. There's a flag again that comes in the backfield. Intended for Michael, even though he was double covered on the tee on that play, but the flag again in the backfield. So we'll check on that.
I think the officials know they're on Thursday Night Lights as well. They're trying to get a little TV time here, flag every other play. But both teams got to clean up a little bit here in the fourth quarter.
10-yard penalty from the previous spot, still first down.
Both teams got to clean it up a little bit here because, you know, these penalties are crucial. It's 1st and 20 now. You had a 1st and 10. Quarterback starting to feel a little bit.
And under 5 minutes to play.
Yeah.
You're running out of time. Every yard, every second is critical. Ty Parker. Look at that.
Now you wonder if Ty Parker's going to run the ball a little bit and take the point differential and still win the division. You know, I mean, I wonder if that's in any of his thoughts.
And right there, that's a great, it is a great question. I'm not sure who has the tiebreaker downfield. They're going for the deep ball.
Got a flag on
Samara
the
makes
field.
the catch. Yeah, Parker frustrated on the sideline. That's the great thing about him standing down there.
The receiver on the outside left early. It's going to be a procedure call.
And Parker just standing down there by his lonesome, collecting his thoughts and observing as a coach does.
And it was right in front of the Grand Island bench, so all the Grand Island coaches saw it, and he threw the flag. The receiver wasn't set. Well, you should be able to see it here, but
It's a great catch and another good ball by Oliver.
Yeah, Oliver is he's throwing the ball where he needs to now, but last couple of catches have been penalties.
Illegal motion. Offense, 10-yard penalty or 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. It's still first down.
He must have my math here when I hit third down over there.
Let's see at the line of scrimmage. Who are we watching here, Frank?
Yeah, right here on the outside, right at the bottom there. He wasn't set. He wasn't set in time. You can see it again, like he's moving forward. Right there, he moves his foot a step forward again, the ball was snapped. That's a procedure.
So is that on the quarterback to wait till your guys are lined up, or he needs to get set
the receiver should have been set. He was in the wrong spot. Maybe he asked the official said move up, but the quarterback gets in his cadence.
Clock running now, too. We're winding down on 4 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter, and Health Sciences down 2 scores, running out of time.
And first and a mile here.
Quick throw back to Summerhour. Summerhour brought down by Kozlowski right near the line of scrimmage.
And Nucci coming from linebacker, get 220 pounds getting there in a dime. Watch this play if we get this on a replay. What a play by the outside backer.
Kozlowski making that stop, and now a second and a mile coming up. Here's that replay.
Watch Nucci come out of nowhere. Boom. It was a great play, Summerhour. And so now we got second and 24.
For a Health Sciences offense that is running out of time and not a lot of urgency right now. Don't forget, coming up after the game, we'll have our trophy presentation, trophy designed by Niagara Awards. That coming up after tonight's game. Pressure on Oliver here, tries to elude that pressure. Vaccaro and Perez chase him to the edge, and another holding call against the Falcons offense. So now Grand Island is getting this offense backed up, and Grand Island needs to get this football back to win this game by a 2-touchdown margin.
And they're getting a lot of favors here because now we got a holding call. It's going to be, I don't know if they're probably going to decline this one, I would say. Well, it's a big decision.
Holding offense. Do you want to?
There was no gain on the play. It'd be a 3rd and 24.
Yeah, I would decline this if I was Dean Santorio. He's asking where it is, and you want the clock too, because if you want to score, so.
Here's the decision.
Holding offense. That penalty is declined.
Yep. Good veteran call there by Dean Santorio because it keeps the clock on the. You still got 3rd and 24. It's 3:20. If you move them back, it's still 2nd down. And with this explosive offense, they don't want to give them any more plays than they can get.
It also would take more time off the clock, perhaps, as you want that football back to win this by a 13, 14, 15-point margin.
And here's the thing: is Ty Parker going to punt on 4th down? That's another decision we're going to have here. Let's see if we.
Well, they're going to get some yards back. Summerhour along the sideline and inbounds. Clock will run. Takes it to the 43-yard line.
That's a great call because he gets more than half it back. So now it's obviously a 4. You got to go for it. It's 4th down. Big play for the defense if they want to get the ball back.
Yeah, here's the answer to your question. They want to win this football game. They're going for it.
Grand Island's putting back at punt. There we go. They thought they were going to punt, so they went back, but.
It was still their defensive players on the field.
I have a feeling this ball is going to go to number 3.
Must get to the 46-yard line. Where will Oliver go with it? Will he have time to get rid of it? Perez chases
Nucci.
him. And Perez hits him, the ball in the air, and it is intercepted by Martin on senior night at the 37. Ha-ha! And now Grand Island a chance to go up by that margin they need.
Wow, what great outside pursuit by the Grand Island defense. Nucci and boys coming up, hitting his arm, intercepted by a lineman's dream. 1st down, Grand Island.
Senior night and a chance now for his offense to win this by 2 touchdowns.
Now, Brian, normally in the game you're up by 9. You might look to, get a 1st down and kneel out, but I don't think we're going to get that in this game. This is what happens in October. I think they're going to obviously try to get some points on the board.
Yeah, I would be stunned if they don't go for a touchdown.
Yeah,
A touchdown gives Grand Island the number 1 seed out of Section 6, Class B1.
Right, and I don't know if Health Sciences got to know that they got to play defense here. They can't expect them to just run out the clock because Grand Island's going to try to score.
They have all 3 timeouts and 2:36 on the clock. Dean Santorio knew the situation before the game. He explained it and diagnosed it for us, so he knew the situation. This ball into the air, and it was a forward pass and picked off. And big catch there by Martin. That saves valuable field position as well. Gets him an extra 10, 15 yards. And here we go. Court out to pass. Pressure off the end. Goes down the sideline. Neville overshot and incomplete. Bumping with Summerhour.
There was good bump. It was bumping, but it was good coverage. He leaned on him. There was nothing there.
Somewhere, someone rooting for Grand Island is saying that call went against us earlier tonight.
Yeah, it was, we'll see on that. But it was, DB has the right to lean into the body. You just can't hold and restrict the movement.
Timeout taken here by Health Sciences with 2:31 on the clock. So with the clock stopped, Health Sciences is going to use the timeout. Maybe just a reset button here for Ty Parker to explain the significance of this to his team.
I got it, Brian. You got to be right in the button because because it was an incomplete pass, so you really need a timeout. But I think he wants to tell the boys that they're going to try to score because I'm not sure his kids know that, the point differential. Because I'm sure students may not, players may not know that. So I'm sure that's what he's probably resetting them.
Yeah, let's take it with them here. 21-12, don't go away. .231 to play, 21-12, Grand Island in front. They're in control, up by 2 scores, but Frank, we've outlined it. It is imperative here for them to score a touchdown if they want to be one of the top 3 seeds, the number 3 overall seed, top out of here of B1.
And I think that's why Ty Parker called that timeout, because this defense got to play motivated. They got to get the point differential. They can't let them in the end zone.
2:31 to play, back to the air.
Pass. Looks like double pass.
He already has a touchdown throw tonight to Court, and this time he throws it back to Kozlowski, who's tripped up in the open field by Summerhour at the 31-yard line.
Good play by Summerhour. Stayed home, didn't fly away, and stayed on his man and did his responsibility. That was a big play because that could have been a wide open field if he doesn't make that tackle.
Yeah,
they make great open field tackles. I love the way Health Sciences tackles.
Yeah, they had blocking set up for him. It ends up being a 7-yard pickup and a 3rd and what we'll call 4 from the 31-yard line. Under 2 minutes to play. Watch out here. Grand Island taking a ton of time to get to the line of scrimmage and get lined up.
I'm going to watch the official, see if there's a chop here. Here it goes.
Hand is in the air.
Yep.
They have 5 seconds to get it away. There's the chop. And they just get the snap off. Court back to pass. Just heaves it up for Neville. Jump ball and bat it away. Terrific defense by Health Sciences.
Yeah, that was Brandon Michael on the defense. He's all over the field, and that ball fluttered on him a little bit because he was throwing to the left off balance and let defense make the play.
They still have all 3 timeouts. Are you surprised that really it's been all pass plays on this drive?
Yeah, that's not what they've been doing all game. They've been running the ball. They had the time with 3 timeouts. Great call, Brian. I think they needed to run the ball. You might get it here.
And this is a huge play here for Grand Island. Needing to extend this drive. Must get to the 27-yard line for a first down. Need to win this game by 2 touchdowns tonight. Court on the quarterback keeper. Gets the block from Nucci. He is spun down at the 26. He has the first down.
Wow. Exactly like Brian said, keep the ball on the ground, drops them back, quarterback draw. That's 3 times on the draw plays this game that's been really effective for them. 2 in the first half and 1 right there.
They do mark it as a first down. A little bit of theatrics here.
Yeah, that's a good spot. That's a great spot by the official.
So Kevin Guy fought off the block of Nucci and made it a lot closer than it looked like he was going to be.
That was a great play because anybody blocking Nucci is tough to get off that one.
That first down brought to you by Express Windows. It extends the drive.
They can still run the ball here. The minute 27 with 3 timeouts, I would run the ball.
Need to get the chain set up on the far side of the field. It's the reason for our delay.
Which saved Grand Island a timeout because they were able to get a play in now.
Yeah. And now wind down on 80 seconds to play, 3 timeouts. Play action pass to Soul. Court under pressure, needs to get rid of the football, just throws it up and it is intercepted. Oh man, costly mistake. It's intercepted by Health Sciences. And you can see the reaction on that Grand Island sideline And what a play by Alante Green to pick that off.
Wow.
Obviously the pressure.
Yeah, he just kind of threw that one up in the air, trying to make a play late in the game.
Didn't want to take the negative play, and it ends up being a bigger negative.
Yes.
So 66 seconds to go. Grand Island up 21-12. And Health Sciences takes over. Now you have to assume that Grand Island will use timeouts defensively here. Is Health Sciences, I thought at first they were going to line up in the victory formation. Timeout. Falcons. They're going to sort this out with 66 seconds to go. Wow, so a lot of layers to this game late with 66 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Let's take a look at tonight's Vinyl Outlet Defense Play of the Game.
The Defense Play of the Game is brought to you by the Vinyl Outlet. The Vinyl Outlet. Let us transform your home.
Here it is, the Vinyl Outlet Defense Play of the Game, setting up this team with an opportunity for the #1 overall seed. Mike Martin on his senior night comes up with the interception. Offense then turns it right back over to Health Sciences. Health Sciences with the football. There he is, 53 Martin, having a great game here for Grand Island and trying to spoil what was an unbeaten season for Health Sciences in the division here tonight. That is the Vinyl Outlet Defense Play of the Game. 1st and 10 for Health Sciences. Imperative to contain that football and hang on to the football. Kevin Guy has defenders hanging on him as he takes it out to midfield. What a run by Guy. It's a first down that is brought to you by Express Windows. Dragged down by Alex Martin, the twin brother of Mike Martin on the play. And the clock will run here as they reset the chains. And I think Health Sciences, down 2 scores, recognizes the inevitable, but knows what's at stake in terms of seeding. They will not be a 7 or 8 seed. That's going to be Grand Island. So that's going to be bittersweet, this victory tonight. They'll get their trophy after the game as Frank heads down to the field. And again, that trophy designed by Niagara Awards, so stick around post-game for what's going to be a subdued celebration as Grand Island had an opportunity, and Grand Island calls a timeout here after that play. So again, they recognize the situation, the magnitude of it, margin, score differential important. We'll have one more postseason game for you next week. Our Thursday Night Lights crew doing an unbelievable job here tonight, battling the cold for one of the first times this year. You can see a little bit of steam in the air coming off these players, leaving it all out there on the line tonight. A pretty good performance by Grand Island going into the postseason, but in all likelihood, they're going to be facing a very tough task next week in the Class B postseason. Pioneer 4-0 in B2, Lackawanna 6-0, top teams. And I think they're going to get one of those 2 teams next week. Meanwhile, Health Sciences, definitely some concern coming out of this game. Didn't play a clean game tonight, had been dominant coming into this performance. Felt like they were playing their best football at the end of the year, and Grand Island took it to them along the offensive and defensive lines. 2nd down and 5 with 24 seconds left, and Grand Island still with 2 timeouts. Looking to create a turnover on defense. Kevin Guy protecting that football, trying to run it out. Picks up 2. And Dean Santorio not going to use a timeout. It's an interesting reaction on the Grand Island sideline right now. Tough to see right here on the last play of the game. In the final seconds, Mark Nash on his senior night. Injured on the field with 1 second on the clock, they'll tend to him. And hopefully something that doesn't carry over to the postseason, but what typically would be an enthusiastic Grand Island side to knock off a team that was unbeaten in the division, especially the way it played out tonight. They were on the cusp of winning this thing within 35, 40 yards of getting that much needed score. Don't get it. And they recognize their fate right now on that sideline. Very, very Very interesting. And there is Health Science is going to fall tonight, but will still end up as one of the top 2 seeds coming out of Division B1. They allow time to expire and run out the rest of the clock. It's over tonight. Grand Island wins it 21-12 on senior night, and that wraps up tonight's game. Grand Island, though, not getting the margin it needed for the postseason. Good sportsmanship between these two teams. Two of the top teams in the area, and both heading to the postseason. Grand Island will do it after a win. They wrap up the regular season 5-3. Both teams 5-3, 4-1 in the league. We'll be back with our trophy presentation coming up. You're watching the Law Office of William Mattar's Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Vinyl Outlet. The Vikings of Grand Island go wire to wire tonight. Score on their opening possession, never look back. Defeat Health Sciences by a 21-12 final score. Here on their senior night, 18 seniors recognized pregame, and they get ready to celebrate down on the field with Frank Payne here with the victorious team on senior night. Frank and the Vikings down on the field.
All right, congratulations to D. San Antonio Grand Island Vikings on a victory on senior night in Class B1 chance against Health Sciences. Let's go! Coach, I got a couple of questions for you. First of all, great gut victory. You guys run the ball well, but your quarterback, Nick Ford, came out big, made some big passes, opened up the game for you. Let me know a couple thoughts on how your team played tonight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're real excited about winning the ball game. I'm sure there's some disappointment over here because we didn't win by the 13 and had an opportunity, but you can't be disappointed at all in a big win like that to be co-champs and really play a great football game and a physical football game. And that's what Grand Island football has been about. Hopefully we continue to do that.
Yeah. Thanks, Coach. Great job. Guys, you got to play everybody in the playoffs anyway. It doesn't matter who you play first, right? All right, guys. You guys get the Thursday Night Lights trophy. Let's go. Grand Island Vikings, Class B1, coach. champs. Way to go. Back up to Brian, up in the box.
All right, great stuff, Frank, and great to see them celebrating after the game. As we said, a little bittersweet, a little bizarre down the stretch, but I think once it sinks in, pretty big accomplishment to knock off Health Sciences, previously unbeaten in the division tonight, co-champs of Section 6 Class B1, and a big win on senior night to send 18 seniors out on top, and momentum for the Vikings rolling into the postseason with the 21-12 victory. So we thank our crew for their hard work tonight, and also to Frank down on the field. It's a chilly night here, and we're expecting a chilly and entertaining game next week. We will have playoff action for you here in Section 6 coming up Halloween night, 7 p.m. Smile! Smile! Playoff football is coming up. Oh, Halloween. We had a trick-or-treat night tonight, a trick play for a touchdown. Maybe Scott will be back and in costume next week. Look out, it's Halloween and the Section 6 playoffs. We'll have that action for you with our finale of the season on Thursday Night Lights. For Frank Payne, I'm Brian Tripp saying so long tonight. Final score, 21-12. Vikings win it. Thanks for tuning in.
On the play.
Would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful sponsor partners, the law offices of William Attar and the Vinyl Outlet, who through their contributions to this program make these games possible for you viewers at home. We would also like to thank our other great sponsor supporters for their contributions to our Thursday Night Lights telecast: Aesthetic Associates, the University of Buffalo, Interstate Battery, Express Windows, Babcha Pierogi, Costanzo's Bakery, Willoughby Insurance, Firth Jewelers, T Market Plumbing, Just Pizza, and CSL Plasma. And we would especially like to thank tonight's participating high schools and their administrators for their continued support.